Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy, and I apologize for any technical difficulties, but I am now live on my channel, and just in enough time, 6 minutes before the NBA lottery, and I'm sitting here with my man, 100 grand, the Entertainah. So let me bring him on over here. And Entertainah, here we go. I'm now live. I can see it. I'm now live on my channel. So there we go.
What's going on, man? This is now the second time we've gone live on Sim's channel. We thought we were live the first time, and we were doing the introductions. We were saying hello to each other, and I just want to say hello to everybody in your channel. It's been a while. I've been so busy on my channel. I love everything you do. You know that, and yeah. I'm so glad to be back, and hopefully we get to celebrate the number one pick overall tonight. It should be an absolute blast.
Hopefully, it's been like I said, and people on Entertainah's channel, you guys are gonna hear it again. I did the video about Zion Williamson, Road to Zion, using Damian Marley, and because Isaiah did a prayer, and hopefully the basketball gods heard Isaiah's prayer, and
every time Isaiah comes on my channel, he calls in the call-in shows. He calls, what does he call them? White chocolate. His dad always gonna make an Oreo cookie out of me. That's what he always says.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Isaiah. He's one of my favorite guys on your channel. I love Guillermo. I love Who's Mark. Viv, I got to meet. Bunch of guys I got to meet. I love all of them, and you got a great community over there.
Yeah. I love these guys, man. And big shout out to everybody that's joining now. You guys, if you do not know who the Entertainah is, make sure you get on over to his channel. His link will be in the description of this video. And subscribe to his channel. He talks Giants. He talks all New York sports, really.
I'll talk whatever you want to talk.
Right.
I'll talk dog racing if you want, but I stick with the Giants, Knicks, and Mets mainly. And yeah, same thing. I'm gonna give Sim another plug on my channel. If anybody thinks it's weird, we're actually live on both channels at the same time. Sim's link is in the description. I want all my guys going over there, check out his channel. Kendra, check him out. Dom's in the house. What's going on, Dom? Mickey, Lamel Sinclair, Diego. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Chris Senor. Thank you to everybody for stopping by, and hopefully we get to celebrate. Nick Dog Tags in the house. Eddie Alvarez, man, thank you so much for being here. And he says, Eddie Alvarez says we have the two best chats. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that, man. And somebody said, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is always late. As a matter of fact, Lauryn Hill, if the Knicks do get the number one pick, then Lauryn Hill has a song with Zion's name in it as well. And if they get the number one pick, I'm doing a video with Lauryn Hill's song. But anyway, he said he said that he thought that I was Lauryn Hill because I was so late coming onto the stream. Because if you know about Lauryn Hill, she frequently, always misses her concerts.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Lauryn Hill as a kid. I didn't know that though.
Yeah, she's always missing her concerts, man. But there's so many different things that the Knicks can do. Right? If they get the number one pick and fifth pick, there's so many things that they can do. Scott Perry and Steve Mills have really done a good job of putting the Knicks in position to capitalize on anything that happens. And to be able to maneuver to take advantage of anything that happens. So I mean, not getting the number one pick would definitely hurt.
Of course.
Right? Or at least not getting the top two picks for me would definitely hurt. But if they get the fifth pick,
probably Reddish. That's probably what they end up with.
Maybe.
Based on what you're hearing.
Yeah, or there could be moves. I mean, if they get the fifth pick, then we're just gonna have to make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had to make a lot of lemonade as Knicks fans over recent years. But the guy now, you seem like you're down on Barrett. You're not a Barrett guy.
Not as much. I wouldn't be upset if we got Barrett.
Right.
I just feel like Ja Morant is better. Is going to be a better NBA player in my opinion. But I'm not down on him, and I'm not down on him.
Yeah.
Not down on him. And if we got him, I'd be excited.
Of course. Yeah. I just want to say hello to a couple more people that popped in. Bigger Mike, thank you for tuning in. Texas Liberty. Who else we got in here? Rocky Esposito. Everybody do me a favor going over there. This draft's about to start. Now, what I should have done, Sim, was I should have pulled up the order, right? Because, like, I don't remember who has the 14th, the 13th, the 12th, because if one of those teams gets skipped, we know that they just jumped into the top 3.
Yeah.
So I should have pulled that up. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the volume on my TV. And I think I'm going to be ahead of you because that always seems to be what happens when we do
you
this.
probably will be ahead of me. I mean, right now I'm looking at my screen. I got my in front of me. Zion and Reddish. Zion and RJ Barrett on the screen talking to Jason Williams.
Yeah.
It can't be that. Hopefully it won't be that much of a difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the Knicks get the number 1 pick, you're just going to be seeing me going nuts. So you'll know what happens. So.
And then if I see you going nuts, then I'll fake. And then when I'll fake like I seen it. And then when I really do see it, then you'll get the real reaction.
Oh, man, what's going on, DeKeys? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Cushmaster's in the house. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We're getting ready to go here.
It's about to go down. That's right.
8:30. We're ready to go, Sim.
And we're ready to go, man. Sean Myers said it's about to go down. Chris, he said he's nervous. I think everybody is nervous. Everybody is nervous. I know I'm nervous, man.
Go check them out. I've been thinking about this day now for like 3-4 weeks, hoping, because I mean, you watch that guy play. I know he doesn't have the best jump shot, but Zion Williamson, that guy is going to bring electricity to Madison Square Garden if we can get this kid.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely going to bring electricity if he can. I mean, I just can't imagine seeing him in New York. You know what I mean?
Well, I can.
What it's going to
happen tonight. Be positive. Yeah.
I mean, no. Yeah. Let me say that a different way. I can imagine it. It's going to be so crazy. Let's put it that way. It's going to be so crazy if he comes to New York. He's already a household name. It's like, back in the day when Patrick Ewing and those guys were, staying until their juniors and this and that. They were household names before they came out, right? Before they ever reached the NBA, you knew who they were. It's like with Zion, and then the fact that the Knicks have a chance to get Zion just makes it so much more intriguing. And then you have Patrick Ewing representing the Knicks. It just makes it so much more intriguing.
Yeah, it seems like a magical night. Hopefully it works out. And this was the right. Okay, so the picks are going to be revealed in 8 minutes and 53 seconds. So we still got 9 minutes until they actually start revealing the picks.
Until they start revealing the picks. Okay, and I got people calling me up already, to talk about it.
Is that Dolan?
Yeah. he should be calling me up. That was my brother.
We got 8.5 minutes to go. What's going on? Thank you, Big Don, for doing that. 252 people in here. Oh my God, let's get those likes.
That's my brother. Watch this. Watch this.
Ring the bell. Go to the link in the description. Sub up my man Sim. Thank you guys for being here.
Hey, watch this, Entertainah. Hey, what's up, bro?
What up?
What's going on? You live on YouTube right now, man. 200 and something people listening to you talk. What's popping?
What's poppin', YouTube?
I
take it you watching the lottery right now.
We watching the lottery right now. Yes, sir. We watching the lottery. We're streaming it live. This is my brother, ladies and gentlemen. This is my brother right here. You guys never met him before, but you'll get a chance. He'll be at one of the games with me sooner or later.
That's awesome, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Fingers crossed right now, B. This is like some serious heavy shit right here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Because, this is basically, this is the Knicks. This right here is the next 20 years for the Knicks, man.
Yeah, this is big business right here. This is the first time in a long time we've had a lottery pick, this high that, like, we get to keep. You know what I mean? Like, this is us.
That's it. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Here comes Jariah, my daughter. She's out here now. We got the whole family. We got the whole crew getting together. My dog is getting in the picture. We got everybody in here right now.
Let's go. Let's get this pick tonight. Let's get the number one pick, Sam.
Let's do it, man.
Nice.
It's all good.
A couple of the next games.
Hey, bro, I'm going to give you a call back, all right?
Yo, holla at me, B. Yeah, for sure.
All right, peace. See that? We got the whole family getting involved here. You know what I'm saying? It's a family. Hey, New York Knicks, if anybody from the New York Knicks is watching, right? just pay attention so that you have respect for your fans. You know what I'm saying? James Dolan and everybody in the Square Garden operation, because you see things like this build. It's like family events. You know what I'm saying? So understand how much you mean to the community and to Knicks fans and to New York and New York City, New York State. Right?
This is a big night tonight.
Do us right. It's a big night.
The last time we had a chance was Porzingis, right? The Porzingis draft, we had a shot at the number 1 pick, and I think we had the 3rd best odds that night, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even remember. But this is the first time since then which we actually have a legitimate shot at the number 1 pick.
Yeah. And a big shout out, Mighty Knicks, man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
What's going on, Chester Chetnik? Thank you. Another Sim supporter. I've met him at the Knick game. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Dr. Monic says, poor guys setting themselves up for failure. Hey, be positive. Be positive, Dr. Monic.
Yeah, you got to be positive, man. What we got, like 5 minutes until this thing starts.
Got 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sit down. Could you imagine it's going to happen, Thomas? So I'm going to be positive.
Let me ask you this, Chris. With things going on, I know you probably seen Terry Rozier today and talking about things that happened with the Celtics, right? Mm-hmm. Do you look at the way that the season went for the Celtics, and you know they talk about Kyrie Irving not being able to be a leader and those type of things? Does it change your mind at all in wanting to sign Kyrie Irving?
A little bit. I'm not going to say no to him, especially if he's going to be a guy that's going to help us get Durant. If he's the piece, like if Durant won't come here, if we get him. But I'd be at this point. I don't know. I might be okay with Kemba over Kyrie. It's close for me. It's close because Kyrie, of course, has had the injury history, and he's had some issues with this Boston team.
Right. Let me add, how would you feel about Terry Rozier?
Over Kyrie?
Obviously, Terry Rozier isn't going to demand that kind of a contract, right? And
Thank you for the super chat, Joe.
And you're not going to look at Terry Rozier as, a substitute for Kyrie. But, let's just say you bring in KD and maybe you get somebody else, and then you say, well, you know what, Rozier you can get on a cheap that could be more than a serviceable point guard. I'm just saying, I don't know, he can't shoot really. Yeah,
I think they're gonna get 2 max guys this offseason. I really do. I just hope it's Durant, and I'd be fine with Kyrie as long as we get Durant. If we don't get Durant, I don't want Kyrie. I don't want anyone. Unless it's Kawhi Leonard or KD is the number 1 guy. I don't want them going out and getting a Jimmy Butler, a Tobias Harris. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not spend max money on those guys.
Yeah, I feel you. And you don't want to go spend max money on we don't want to have a repeat of 2010.
That's what you're worried about. With what we did with Amari when we struck out on LeBron. I think this situation is a little bit different. I'm much more optimistic that Kevin Durant's going to be a Knick than I was that LeBron James was going to be a Knick.
Yeah, that's true. The thing that always scares me about Kevin Durant is he's kind of fair weather. You know what I mean? He can, I don't know. He's kind of fair weather and can change his mind at the drop of. I mean, anyone can change their mind at the drop of a dime, but with KD, I feel like, he's one of those guys that you never can really tell. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to be swayed.
Right. He's easily influenced.
Yeah.
He's easily influenced. Yeah. Yehuda said Knicks have 5th pick leaked. There's no way it's been leaked. They haven't done the lottery yet. Enough with the nonsense.
Leaked. Yeah, these guys.
And thank you guys for being here.
It's been leaked.
Who do you think the Knicks okay, Teddy asks, who do you think the best Knick ever is? That's got to be Walt Clyde Frazier, right?
Walt Clyde
or
Ewing. It's got to be between those two. Walt Clyde Frazier or Patrick Ewing. It's got to be between those two.
Yeah, Frazier won the 2 titles. I saw Ewing. I obviously never saw Frazier. But I mean, Ewing was great.
Yeah.
Statistically, Ewing's probably the greatest ever. Yeah. But he never won a title. Frazier won 2, so right. I would give Frazier the nod.
Right. Yeah. That's true. I mean, hope you keeps the curse tonight. You know what I mean? That's all. I just hope that Patrick Ewing breaks the curse. And you know, I don't know where are you at in your stream, because right now I'm just looking at, you know, they got, you know, I'm not listening to it. Zion is on the screen. He's projected. No,
they're showing. Now they're starting to show the team screen. They got Kyle Kuzma. They're showing right now for the Lakers, 2% chance for the number 1 pick. Grayson Rosa's 3% chance.
I think you're a little bit before me. Right now, they're showing the Celtics team president, 76ers team president, Alonzo Mourning. They're showing.
I'm a little ahead of you.
A little bit ahead of
you. Pause it for 10 seconds or so?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, because you were on Kyle Kuzma.
We'll try to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, if we can.
All right, I paused it. I'm on David Griffin now of the New Orleans Pelicans.
I'm on Cynthia Marshall, Elliot Perry. Still on Elliot Perry. David Griffin.
They got Jimmy Gertz in there. She's looking cute there. Horace Grant, the former, obviously the Chicago Bull that used to kill
Raul us. Fernandez for the Wizards. Jimmy Gertz. So you're about 5 seconds ahead of me?
I think so. All right, I'll pause it for another 5.
Horace Grant. I'm just now seeing Horace Grant.
All right, I just hit play again. I'm on Nick Gilbert.
Okay, I'm on DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, I'll pause it for another 5 seconds.
Nick Gilbert. Now I'm on Nick Gilbert. Now I'm on Nick Gilbert.
All right, I'm on Patrick Ewing now.
Now I'm on Patrick Ewing.
All right, I'll pause it for another second. There's going to be a delay, guys, because Sim's a little backed up. So if you want, you can pause your TVs to watch along with us.
There you go.
I just want to sync it up with Sim so we see it together.
Yep.
But thank you for everybody for tuning in. We are getting ready now. We're getting ready for the lottery. They're about to announce who is getting what.
Yeah, it is. They're about to announce it. And
what's going on, Stevie Gold? Oh man.
And here we go. Jerome Pickett coming to the stage, and my daughter's here. She wants to hear it.
Yeah. Everybody's saying the footage was leaked. I hope they're kidding.
They're saying that what?
The footage was leaked, and the Sixers get the number 1 pick. I'm not gonna believe that.
Get out of here with that. I don't want to hear that.
Come on.
We'll see, man.
Who was supposed to have 14? The Mavericks?
I can't hear it.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks are supposed to have 14.
All right, let's go. Here we go, guys. We're about to announce the number 14.
Will be made by the Boston
Celtics at number 14.
Were they supposed to be 14? I don't know. But the Celtics are picking 14.
Celtics
will be picking 14, guys. Heat 13.
Heat at the 13th pick.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Oh, boy. We're getting up here. Hornets, you're about 2 seconds above me.
All right, let me pause it again. They're probably going to do a commercial before the top 3 if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Minnesota Timberwolves picking 11. So I don't think we've got any surprises yet, Sim.
No.
Be the Lakers at 10. Be the Lakers at 10.
Tough.
Hawks 10.
Hawks.
I don't know if that was that a skip. I think that was because the Hawks had high odds. I think. So the Lakers jumped into the top. Of course, the Lakers did.
Yeah, right. Of course, right. Of course, the Lakers. I swear.
So the Lakers are in the top 4. Wizards picking 9.
Wizards at 9. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, man. We're getting here.
Just avoid 5. Avoid 5, Sim.
Right, exactly.
The Pelicans. Oh my God, the Pelicans and Grizzlies are not supposed to be in the top 4, and they are.
Oh boy.
So that means there's only 1 spot left in the top 4 between the Knicks, the Suns, and
That's not cool.
Yeah, it's not.
That is not cool. That is not cool. Good. What is going on?
Oh, don't be 5. Don't be 5.
Top 4 picks, or let's see what's going on. Bulls
are 7.
All right, 7.
Come on. Let's get lucky one time. Let's get lucky one time. The lowest we can be is 5. So the next pick is the Suns. That's good because the Suns were in the top 3. I think, right?
Okay. The Suns should have been in the top 3.
Avoid 5. Avoid 5.
Please avoid 5.
Come on. Yes! We're in the top 4.
All right. Yeah. We're in the top 4. We're in the top 4.
We're in the top 4.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go.
Woo. Okay.
Come on. Come on. They're showing the New York bar right there. Everybody's on their feet.
Yeah. Let me see. Anybody? Any of our people's in here? So it's either the Lakers, the Knicks, the Pelicans, or the Memphis Grizzlies to be in the top 4.
Come on, give us the number 1 pick one time, Sim. What? Come on.
Come on now. Zion doesn't want to go to any other team. Coming up, the next 4 picks revealed.
Oh my God! Thank you to everybody for being here. Nick, Patricia, Huda, thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Sorry guys, I've been talking to Sim, but paying attention to TV. Thank you guys for being here. Huda in the house, Eddie Alvarez. Please hit that thumbs up, join the channel, and please go on into the link in the description and check out Simeon Russell from Nothing But Knicks. Thank you guys for being here. So we got a shot, Sim.
Yeah, we got a shot. We're there. We got a shot. We are right here.
Shot, man.
You want to try to take a second and link it up a little bit? We're about 2 seconds. We're about 2 or 3 seconds of difference from each other.
All right, I just paused it. Hopefully we're good now.
Okay, hopefully we're about
good. State Farm commercial just about to end.
Yep, just.
And now they got a beer commercial.
Now it's a beer commercial. Okay, we're about there together.
Okay. Oh man. Thank you guys
for being with us. You know, this is a nerve-wracking time for all New York Knicks fans. So for us to be here and, be here together, I'm sure it helps us out. I'm sure it's helping us out. Thank you to everybody
for being here. Thank you, Knicks Nation. Thank you for being here. Sims Chat, whoever, all the Knicks fans in the house. Let's get this pick. Let's get this freaking pick. Zion Williamson, please.
Yeah, man. Listen, I will be so mad if the Lakers get that first pick.
Oh my God! That's typical. That's typical.
I'll be so mad if the Lakers get the first pick. That cannot happen. It cannot happen. It can't happen.
As long as we're in the top 3. I mean, I want 1, but if we get in the top 3, at least we know at worst we're getting RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
So a huge sigh of relief will come off my shoulders if we avoid that 4th pick.
Yeah, I want nothing to. I really don't want anything to do with the 3rd pick either. I definitely want nothing to do with the 3rd and 4th pick. I mean, the 4th and 5th pick. I want nothing to do with the 4th and 5th picks.
Oh, man. Come on. Enough with the Corona commercials.
That's what I'm saying, right? Get these commercials out of here. Who cares?
Let's go. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Thank you guys for being here.
We appreciate you guys. Before we get back to the reveal of the top 4 picks, please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a notification anytime that I go live. My man Entertainah, he's streaming on his channel while we're streaming on my channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and hit that thumbs up. Ring his notification bell so you can go to get a notification whenever he goes live, which will be every single night.
3 times a day.
All right.
Breakfast, lunch.
So make sure you hit those subscribe buttons. And thank you guys for being here and enjoying this moment with all of us. I mean, with me, you're enjoying the moment with my daughter, my dogs, my family, everybody.
What kind of dog you got over there?
I have 2 pit bulls.
Oh, wow.
2 pit bulls.
Thank you so much, Eddie P, for the super chat. He says, if somehow we use this top 4 pick and Daniel Jones is selected, I'm moving out of New York. Thank you for the super chat, Eddie P. I don't think we'll take Daniel Jones. Hopefully we get the other guy from Duke.
Yeah, I'm looking at my chat, man. People say this is nerve-wracking. It's rigged for real. Mike Morgan said the Lakers cannot get the number. Mike, I agree with you 100%. The Lakers cannot get that number 1 pick. They can't get it.
I don't want to look at the chat because I know people are like 30 seconds ahead of us now.
Yeah,
so I don't want the surprise ruined. I'm not even going to look at the chat now. So, guys, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't want this ruined for me.
I'm with it. I'm with you because yeah. So in the meantime, so right now, they're showing Steph Curry. We're watching Steph Curry shoot around. What do you think about this Blazers and Warriors matchup?
I think it's going to be a good series. I think Warriors will take it in 6. I think Lillard will probably have 2 games where he just plays lights out and he wins it for the Blazers. Like, he'll have like a 45-point game, something like that. But I can't see him carrying him to 4 wins. Yeah.
And looks like we're coming back on. Big shout out. Let me see, who is that? My man, Omarville, thank you for the super chat. Said, if we don't get Zion, blame the damn voodoo people. All right, here we go. Oh, Big Pat Ewing.
Patrick Ewing trying to bring the luck to the New York Knicks.
That's what we need.
We're guaranteed a top 4 pick, and hopefully we get it to him. Hopefully we get that number 1.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Come on, don't be the Knicks. First envelope, guys. First envelope.
Yes! Yes!
Yes! We are in the top 3.
We're in the top 3, baby. Let's go.
4. Third envelope. Here we go. Number 3 pick. Number 3 pick. Oh! The Knicks got number 3. The Knicks got number 3.
Man.
The Knicks got number 3. RJ Barrett's gonna be Nick. Grizzlies are gonna get number 2, and the
Pelicans get the number 1 pick. Are you serious?
Everybody thought the Pelicans were gonna have to trade Anthony Davis to get the number 1 pick and get Zion, and they ended up getting it in the lottery.
They got it. Are you serious?
Oh, man. I mean, the 3rd pick's, I'm okay with it. It's better than falling outside of the top 3 or 4.
Right.
But we wanted 2 to get Morant. Who got 2? Who got 2?
Unbelievable. The Grizzlies.
Yeah, they'll probably take Morant.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They got the Pelicans get the number 1 pick.
And they ain't trading it. So they're going to get Zion, and Knicks will probably end up getting Barrett.
Oh, my gosh.
I know you're not happy about that.
No, I'm not too happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm not too happy about that at all. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I mean, 1 or 2. I was all right with 1 or 2. I really didn't want to get the 3rd pick. It just puts us in a... I mean, I know the consensus top 3 is Zion, John Morant, RJ Barrett. And, I mean, you figure Zion is definitely going to go to the Pelicans. Now, okay, so how does this... Zion doesn't want to be a Pelican. Who the heck wants to be a Pelican?
Now the question is, do they now trade Anthony Davis?
Right. That's the question.
To the Knicks or the Lakers and get 2 top 3 or 4 picks?
Right. That's the question. Do they trade Anthony Davis?
Because everybody thought they were going to trade him for the number 1 pick, but now they have the number 1.
Now they have the number 1.
They're looking to trade him. So now they trade him for the 2nd pick or the 3rd pick, whatever's best available. So the Knicks may still be in play. That may make more sense now to make a trade for Anthony Davis now that the Pelicans have number 1. That might. Not get Zion anyway.
Right. You're not getting Zion anyway. So right. maybe they look and say, you know what, we can get two picks. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Pelicans do look and say, you know what, we can get 2 top 3 picks, but then still you've got to include a Kevin Knox.
Right.
So now you're giving him 3 top 10 picks the last 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more realistic now that maybe that trade will happen. But if not, I think unless Morant falls, I think Barrett's our guy.
Yeah, 3. Probably so. Barrett's probably
unless
our
Cam
guy
Reddish, at 3. Which we've heard they like, but I think Barrett would be a Nick. I'm okay with that. I like Barrett actually.
We'll see how this works out, man. I mean,
you wanted Zion. We all wanted Zion.
I want a Zion. I want a Zion or John Morant. I wanted either one of those 2. Who knows what the Grizzlies are going to do? What do you think the Grizzlies are going to do? Is there any way that the Knicks could trade into that number 2 pick? I mean, I'm
it's
pretty
possible.
Mike Conley, he's still with the Grizzlies, right? I don't know what what are their plans with Mike Conley.
They could take Barrett.
They could take Barrett.
Yeah. I mean, they're paying Conley an arm and a leg, but my guess is they would probably take Morant, but it's possible. It's not impossible.
Right. It's not impossible that they take RJ Barrett, and then the Knicks still get Ja Morant. But I mean, there's a whole lot for Scott Perry to think about. You got the third pick in the NBA. Hey, you know what? Listen, Michael Jordan was the third pick in the NBA draft.
You damn right.
Okay?
I don't think there's a Michael Jordan in this draft.
I don't think there's any Michael Jordans in this draft, but Michael Jordan was the third pick.
Yeah.
Who else was the third pick?
Third pick? I'm trying to think of drafts here. 96, what was it? Iverson was 1. Abdul Rahim was 2. 3 was, I think, Marbury. 4. I can't remember, but that's one of the better drafts of all time.
Let me see. The draft, when LeBron was drafted, who was it? Who was the third pick?
Carmelo.
Carmelo was the third pick.
Darko was 2.
Darko was 2. That's right. Darko went 2. Carmelo was the third pick. Well, hey, you know what? At least it's over, and now we can just.
We didn't get the 5th or the 4th.
Right.
It wasn't great, but it could have been worse. But I like RJ Barrett, and I agree with you, Steve Bezzi. When I watch Barrett play, I don't watch a lot of Duke games, right? I don't have time. but the games that I did see him play during the tournament, the one thing I do like about his game, he has to work on his jump shot. For a shooting guard, he needs a better jump shot at the NBA level. But he does have really good body control near the rim. I did notice that. Like, he has sneaky athleticism. I do like Barrett. I think he could be a very good player at the pro level.
And I mean, looking at sometimes I wish that that free agency came before the draft, right?
It should. I still don't understand that.
Yeah, because now, if the free agency came before the draft, you could sign players, and then go into the draft knowing what you need and what you're looking for. So right now, you're going to draft, if you are going to draft on need. I mean, right now, the Knicks can only draft based on who we have, not who may come, because we don't know. That's not anything that's concrete. So you've got to draft based on who we have. So looking at our roster right now, RJ Barrett, Ja Morant, either one of those two guys would fit. Now, we have a lot of guards, right? We got a lot of supposed point guards on the team.
Ntilikina, I'm not worried about those guys, though. They're not going to impact who I take.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, they're not going to impact who we pick. Not at all.
There's nobody on this roster that should impact who we pick in terms of position. Knox maybe, or Mitchell Robinson, but I don't think so. We got to take best available player regardless. Even if we think we're getting Kyrie, if Morant's there, you got to take him. Yeah. But I think it's gonna be Barrett. My guess would be, but it definitely could be Morant. I wouldn't be shocked if
it could be. Either one of the two. A lot is gonna depend on the NBA Combine, the way individual workouts go. All those things are gonna come into play.
Yeah. Obviously it won't be Zion. Unfortunately, we missed out on him. Yeah. And he's gonna go to the Pelicans. He's gonna have a great career over there.
To the Pelicans. Anthony Davis, dude. Anthony. The NBA does not want Zion at the Pelicans, probably, right?
No.
Because Anthony Davis, who is, a top 5 player in the league, probably doesn't bring in people to the Pelicans. First of all, they're called the Pelicans, right?
Dumbest name in the history of sports. Dumbest name in the history of sports.
Exactly.
Who the hell? Like, when they woke up, did they say, "Yeah, we're gonna let's name them the Pelicans"? That sounds like a very imposing team. Let's name them the Pelicans. That'll work.
Right. The Pelicans. So it's like he's going to a place where no one's gonna see him. But it is what it is. For everyone who says that the NBA's rigged, here you go. It's not rigged. They would, if it was rigged, they would have sent Zion to either the Lakers or the Knicks. They weren't going to send him to New Orleans, to the Pelicans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, you're right. You're right. It sucks, man. But all we can do now as Knicks fans hope it works out. We got Barrett, probably, and it could be Morant though. I'm not ruling it out. It definitely could still be Morant at 3.
Yeah. I mean, okay, but so now we are. John Morant, RJ Barrett. They're showing this on on the screen right now. They were showing the tail of the tape between the two guys.
Just want to get a super chat real quick. Omar, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "I told you, damn voodoo people pissed off a lot." thank you, Omar, for the super chat.
And let me get a quick phone call in if I can. All right.
Yeah. We're gonna take a couple of phone calls, guys. We'll probably be on here for at least another hour and take some phone calls about what just happened.
Yeah. Let me get to this phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks and the Entertainah. What's popping with you?
What's going on? This is JD in Pittsburgh. How you guys doing tonight? First time caller.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, JD. How you feeling?
I can't hear. I'm just letting you know I can't hear him soon.
I'll tell you what, though. I can't believe the Knicks got number 3 in the lottery. How they've had the top pick overall. How are they were quoting Zion? They wanted Zion. Now that leaves the big question: do they go after RJ Barrett? Do they go after Morant from Murray State, or do they make a deal with the Pelicans possibly?
So look to you, Delano. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we can't. I know, we can't hear the phone call.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So this is JD. I forgot where JD. Where'd you say you were from again, JD?
Pittsburgh.
From Pittsburgh, JD from Pittsburgh, and so he's just asking the same question that we were asking. What do we do now? You know what I mean? Where do we go now? And I think JD is going to depend on what the Grizzlies do. If the Grizzlies get Morant, it's going to be between Morant and RJ Barrett, I think.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Unless the Knicks try to pull some surprise out of their hat like the Giants did, but it's going to be between those two. So I think it's definitely going to be it's going to depend on what happens with what the Grizzlies. You know what I mean? It's going to depend on what the Grizzlies do.
Oh, for sure. And Josh, I just want to say thank you for that. He says, "How pissed are you, Chris?" I'm not that pissed because we got a top 3 pick. Had we gotten 5th, I would have been pissed. We had a 14% chance, so this is kind of where we should have fallen. So I'm not happy, but I'm not upset.
Yeah, it's just a little bit disheartening, but I think we can work with it. We got a front office. We got a good front office, and so I think we can work with it.
Well, the one thing I'll say is, I think somebody asked if I'm streaming the next game. I'm probably going to stream the second half. I'm going to hang out with Sim for about another hour, and I'll call the second half of the game. But, so what was I going to say? The one thing I will say about Barrett as opposed to Morant, I'm just trying to look at it from an optimistic standpoint. If we get Kyrie, he fits better, right? Because you don't have 2 point guards. He kind of fits better, right? He's even though he played some point at Duke, he's more of an off guard, I think, at the NBA level. So maybe he's a better fit. He's a better player, but he might be a better fit.
Yeah, I think now I definitely agree with that he's a better fit for the Knicks, at least right now. We're gonna see how the whole roster, the entire roster, shakes loose by the time we get to free agency and things, and by the time we get, not even by the time we get to the draft. You know what? Draft time comes, anything could happen. There could be I think anything can happen in this draft with the Knicks.
Yeah, sure,
so we'll see how things shake loose. I don't know. And if I'm the Knicks, I might even, I guess, after we go through the combine and they start doing some individual workouts, if they're not impressed, if they aren't impressed with RJ Barrett and they're really impressed with John Morant, because in my opinion, there's no way that the Pelicans are giving up Zion Williamson, then maybe they'll, start discussions with the Grizzlies and see, if they can, if maybe they want to move up. I don't know if I would. Is the separation of talent between the two that much where you would move up to get one that you want?
I don't think so. I'd move up for Zion. I don't think I would move up for Ja, knowing that I could get Barrett. That's just me, though. A lot of people are not high on Barrett. But I'd be completely fine with Barrett at 3.
Yeah. I don't know if in order to move up, I think the separation of talent has to be so great.
Significant.
Yeah, significant separation in talent between the two in order to justify, giving up an asset to move up. You know, and I don't think that there really is, unless it happens during the workouts where they just see something in him and they're like, yeah, we really need to get this guy. You know, whichever one that it is. You know?
Yeah, for sure, man.
But you know, okay, who were the 3 worst teams in the league? The Suns?
The Suns, the Knicks, and the trying to remember who the third was. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it the Grizzlies? I don't think so. No.
Was it the Bulls?
No, because the Bulls won 7. Well, I guess they could have fallen to 7. They could have fallen to 7 if they were third.
Yeah.
So maybe it was the Bulls. It might have been the Bulls.
How did 2 of them fall out of that top 3?
4?
Top 4. 2 of them fall out of the top 4. That's crazy. Oh, it was the Cavs. The Cavs. Yeah, Uptown Twan. Thank you. It was the Cavs.
Oh,
yeah.
the Cavs. Okay.
Yeah.
Cavs.
2 of them fall out of the top 4.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But
so technically, out of the bottom teams, the Knicks did the best.
Yeah, exactly.
We still didn't get who we wanted, but but we did the best.
Hey, we can rejoice about that. We did the best
of the poor teams.
Of the poor teams, we did the best.
Yeah, and we still didn't even get in the top 2.
And we still in the top 2.
This is trash. Pelicans can jump 18 spots. Knicks never get nothing. Jose Reyes, man, I get your frustration, man. I definitely get Knicks fans' frustration. I'm just trying to be positive after tonight because it could have been a lot worse. We could be the Bulls right now. Bulls fell all the way to 7.
Right.
We would have, the lowest we could have been is 5th, but at least we got in the top 3.
And Mitchell Prince still says it's rigged. You just need to admit it. Zion Williamson is about to go to the New Orleans Pelicans. And it's
why would
rigged.
they want him?
Yeah, why would they want him? Unless they're trying to say that now, you know, AD, you know, can really be traded to, because does AD really want to? Does he want to be in New Orleans?
Doesn't seem like it. I just want to get the super chat. I think John Morant. Thank you so much, Josh. He says I think John Morant will be a stud. I'm a Heats fan, and I was hopeful for the number 1 pick. We had a number 1% chance. I think John Morant's gonna be a stud too, man. Yeah, no. Anthony Davis wants the Pelicans. It's clearly, obviously, he doesn't. I mean, he wants out. So it's not the best market.
Right.
You know. Yeah, it's not a good spot for Zion.
So now looking at this, looking at the draft pick that we have the 3rd pick, right? How does this set us up for? How does it set us up for free agency now?
Well, I think it's still going to be the status quo. I think Durant's is the high target. I think it fits better in terms of fit if we don't get John Morant and get RJ Barrett, because we're assuming we're going to get Kyrie and Durant. We would need a 2-guard, right? So even though Morant's better, I prefer Morant. But in terms of fit on the basketball court, you'd be able to play Barrett at the 2, Kyrie at the 1, Durant at the 4, Knox at the 3, and obviously Mitch at the 5. So in terms of fit, he might fit better. Okay,
so you don't think it really impacts free agency?
It could. I mean, maybe Durant. I think if Durant wants to come here, he's coming here. But the one thing I was thinking about, is it possible now that Anthony Davis, now that they got Zion, something he never expected, is it possible he wants to stay in New Orleans?
See, that's something that I'm thinking about. Maybe he wants to stay in New Orleans now, because now, you know, he can look and say, I mean, Anthony Davis is what, 25, 26 years old? And now you're bringing in someone who's 19 years old. By the time Anthony Davis is in his prime, like really, really he's in his prime now, but, you know, like at the peak of his powers, Zion Williamson will be just entering his prime. He'll have a few years in the league to get used to the league. And those, you know, there could be.
And still on his rookie contract, you'll have enough money to go out and get another max guy.
Right.
That's an interesting storyline now. Is it possible that Zion sways Anthony Davis into staying with New Orleans?
Right. And it could be possible. It definitely could be possible that he sways him to staying in New Orleans. Yeah, I don't know if there's so much bad blood in New Orleans now that, you know, for Anthony Davis, that, you know, the fans don't want him. He doesn't want to be there. I don't know. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's been a mess over there. It's been an absolute mess over there. But I'm sure he never expected them to get Zion Williamson.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. So, you know, that could change a lot. And, you know, when things are a mess, you start winning, you get a player like Zion, and things start to change a little bit. It can change really fast, unless he just wants to be in a bigger market.
Which is very well could be the case.
And if that's the case, then that's something totally different, right? If he just wants to be in a bigger market. So I guess we're gonna see how that plays out, man.
I was just hoping we get that number 1 pick tonight. They're about to tip off this game, but just see if I got any questions in the chat here. Knicks should trade the 3rd pick to the Pelicans for Davis. Well, we were talking about that too as a possibility. It would cost more than that, though. You're not getting them for just the 3rd pick.
Yeah. It would definitely cost more than that, because now and wow, I mean, you're setting the Pelicans up to be like, you get the 1st pick, they'll have the 1st pick, the 3rd pick, and you probably got to trade Knox. So now you're talking also about the 9th pick of last year's draft. You're setting them up to be what the Knicks could be, right? Be what the Knicks. What you thought maybe the Knicks would have been with a bunch of young guys. Because then you'd get Anthony Davis's contract off the books. I'm sure they would really break down and get rid of a bunch of other guys and kind of start over. Because if you're talking about 1st and 3rd pick, they have the possibility of either bringing 2 Duke players to, right, RJ Barrett and Zion to one team, or Ja Morant and Zion to one team. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Imagine that. I mean,
that's a good point. And now we're getting a couple of people saying that they think it's. I really don't think it was fixed. To the point that Sim said, if it was going to be fixed, they're not giving the New Orleans Pelicans the 1st pick. It's just not happening.
It's not happening.
Blazers off to a good start here, 5-0. I'd like to see an upset here.
Yeah, I love to see an upset here.
No one wants to play to the Knicks because of Dolan. People have said that in the past. Hopefully, that's not the case going forward. Everybody seems to say it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged, though. I really don't. The Knicks had a 14% chance to begin with. So odds said that they were going to get where they ended up.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just asking people to explain to me, if it's rigged, if it's rigged, what is the appeal for New Orleans then if it's rigged? What would be the purpose of sending Zion Williamson to New Orleans if it's rigged? I mean, is there something special in New Orleans we don't know about? Is there something there that the NBA is like, we need to make sure that New Orleans is on the come up? I just can't see it.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Who That for the super chat. He's a Pelicans fan. He said he's so hyped right now. Congratulations to you, man. Something that I'm sure Pelicans fans never expected in a million years. So congratulations to you guys.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Shambles, who's in my chat, he says to help small market teams. Small market. Listen, Portland is basically a small market team. They're in the Western Conference Finals, right? Toronto, in my opinion, small market. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee is in the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
That's a good point.
You got
that's the problem. That's the problem with the NBA right now, though. And Omar, thank you for the super chat. He says 3 is better than 2 because he wanted Kyrie over Morant. All right, so he wants the Kyrie at the point guard. He thinks, all right, that's what I was kind of saying. Barrett fits better. But you're right. It's all small market teams in the finals right now, other than Golden State, I guess, right? Because they're California. But that's what's wrong with the NBA right now. They don't have the big markets. The Bulls aren't good. The Knicks aren't good, and the Lakers aren't good. The Celtics are good, but the NBA is at its best point. Everybody knows it when the big markets are playing well.
Yeah, exactly. Small markets are thriving.
Yeah, big time.
You know what I'm saying? Indiana, Robert Spivey said Indiana's been good. You have San Antonio Spurs are always good. Small market teams, small market teams have been thriving.
Denver.
They're a small market team. They're good.
Yeah. You're right. All the good teams are small market teams.
Exactly. How many big market teams are there in the NBA? The Knicks, the Lakers, Chicago, Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's it. Over the top of my head, out of the big markets, Boston's the only one that's really good right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's only a few big market teams anyway.
Yeah. 5, 6. Yeah.
And, a few. The Lakers and Clippers, I guess, are both big market teams. I guess Brooklyn is probably considered a big market team. Maybe. The Knicks, Chicago. I don't know if you can include Miami or not. I don't know what Miami is really.
Definitely Boston.
Definitely Boston. I don't know. Yeah. Houston, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe Philly.
Who? Oh, Philly.
Sixers.
Yeah, Philly, the Sixers. So there's only a handful of big market teams in the league anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to, let me see who that was. I think it was Ralph. Big shout out to Ralph Petito. Thank you for the super chat. He said, it's voodoo, yo, voodoo. He said, voodoo did it. Voodoo kept Zion away from the Knicks. Hey, you know what? Maybe it works out right. You never know. It worked out right with KP.
It definitely did. Obviously, then, the injuries and everything, and we traded him, but KP was worth it for the 4th pick.
Yeah.
And everybody hated it when we got him, so you just got to let it play out. And I don't think anybody's going to be better than Zion. I think he was the guy, but maybe Barrett's better than Morant. So let it play out.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I know there's some people that's happy. Guillermo, I know he's happy. He didn't want Zion Williamson. He didn't want to buy into the hype. He thought, we was buying. He thought I was buying into the hype, and other people were buying into the hype. So I know Guillermo's happy, and I don't hope that Zion has a bad career, but I hope you're right. I hope that whoever we get ends up being better than Zion.
Of course, I hope you're right, we'd be thrilled. Yeah, we'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
if Barrett's the best player in this draft or whoever we get. MH, what's going on, my man? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in the stream. He says, I'm happy. Stand up. I guess you're happy you wanted RJ Barrett probably, because that's probably who we're going to get. T. Williams says he's happy. A lot of happy Knicks fans.
But so going from here, that's really all we can do. Going from here, now it's time for Scott Perry, Steve Mills, and those guys to get to work. The developmental staff, the scouts, it's time for them to get to work. I know they've been out at playoff games, scouting people for free agency. The Knicks. Here's another kicker, and I forgot about this. The Knicks, obviously, we know now have the 3rd pick. But now we have almost the last pick in the 2nd round.
Oh, I didn't know that. We're picking that late?
We're picking very late in the 2nd round.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it. Thank you, Scott, for the super chat. He says, I'm cool with 3. We got cap space and young pieces. Go Knicks.
Okay.
I like the positivity, and everything you said is right. We got a ton of cap space. We got 2 nice young pieces there, Mitch and Knox. And, DSJ, maybe I'm not a big fan of his, but we do have some nice pieces and some cap space. So hopefully Barrett works out, or whoever we get. And it's all going to come down to, it always was going to come down to Durant in terms of being a competitive team next year. So hopefully we get Durant and we bring along another piece with him in free agency, and the Knicks are ready to contend next year. We still could be a great team next year if we get Kyrie and Durant.
Yeah, and like Martin Mendoza is saying, the 55th pick. So we have the 55th pick in the 2nd round, and this is due to kind of a parting whatever from Phil Jackson. I forgot what trade it was, but he traded away I think he traded it away for, what's his name, Travis Ware. He traded away this year's 2nd round pick for Travis Ware.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
a few years back. Right, a few years back. Looking back at it now, it's definitely not the best of trades, right? So we've got to do our homework. We got to try to get something with that 55th pick, or try to, see if we can find a way to move up into the late 1st round or early 2nd round if it's possible. I don't know if it's gonna, it's gonna be hard.
We gotta hit that 3rd pick. Whoever we pick with that 3rd pick has to be a star. Has to be a really, really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So so now it's it's time now to it's time for these guys to get to work and see if they can. Listen, we did a good job last year pulling guys in. Alonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson, we did a good job. We did our homework. We got to do our homework again and see if we can bring some guys in that can contribute to the team and go from there. That's all we really can do. That's all we really can do. And now
that's all we can do, man. Is right. Yeah. You got to be positive and hope it works out. And that's what it comes down to right now. There's not much else to talk about. It's just, let's hit on Durant, let's hit on Irving, and let's hope we hit on Barrett. Yep. I mean, that's. And then we got to wait until free agency is where it's going to be fun now, because with the third pick, we know who we're getting. We're more than likely going to get Morant or Barrett. Yeah. And July 1st is where it's going to get real interesting for the Knicks this offseason. Yeah.
And we kind of understand. It gives us something to work with, and now we can really plan, because it's kind of hard to plan when you don't know. What your pick is going to be. Now Now the negotiations can begin. If you're going to start discussing, trades in the off season or in the NBA draft, during the NBA draft, now you have something to work with. Now you can really start making phone calls. Unfortunately, the phone call that you were probably going to make or expect was from the New Orleans Pelicans.
Right. Oh, right. Thank you so much, Clocks, for the super chat. He says, don't be fans, both of you. Honest opinion, percentage chance KD is a Knick next year. All right, so he's saying be unbiased. What is our percentage that KD is a Knick next year? I'll let you start.
What is our percentage that KD is a Knick? And before I get to that, let me just give a couple shout out to a couple people for some super chats. Corey Moore, thank you for the super chat. He said, how come I feel like this is foreshadowing our free agency? Well, it is. It was going to foreshadow our free agency no matter which way it went. Donald Cannon, thank you for the super chat. You said, this is what we get treating Melo like that. Well, we'll see. You never know. Melo might be back. That's another conversation.
Yeah. And I heard that, yeah.
Yeah. And Ralph Petito, thank you for the super chat. He said, I want RJ. He's been the person I felt the New York Knicks should get. So you're probably going to have your chance, Ralph.
I think you can get him.
Yeah. So back to the question. What was the question?
The percentage that we think Durant will be with the Knicks.
That's tough. The percentage that we think Durant is going to be with the Knicks, and this is not being a homer. I mean, honestly, I just don't know. You know what I mean? It's just hard for me to say. I think a lot's going to depend on the playoffs. I think that's going to play a part in it. But if I had to put a percentage on it, I'm going to say it's 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaning more towards I think he is than he's not, because everything you have read, in terms of I think he's moved his office there. Now, I know this is a lot of hearsay, but he got into a fight with Draymond Green based on, presumably about that, not necessarily going to the Knicks, but leaving the Warriors. And I think if he leaves the Warriors, I think for sure the Knicks are the favorite in my opinion. And I think I'd have it about 65% Knicks. Okay. I'm leaning that they're the favorites to get him. Okay. But I'm not going to say it's a slam dunk.
Yeah. I think a lot is going to depend on. I don't think the third pick hurts because I don't think his.
It might help. He might be like, you know what? It might fit better than Morant.
It might. Right. Exactly. Yeah. It might help. And I don't think he was looking at the draft pick. If anything, to say, okay, now let's move it to get a better player, right? Because or to get an Anthony Davis or something like that. So I don't think him coming to the Knicks was dependent on the draft pick. So I don't know if that's really going to play too much into it. I think what happens from now until free agency is going to depend on a lot on if KD wants to come here or not. The Knicks are going to have a chance. They can make some. They can just draft whoever they're going to draft, but they also can try to make some moves to bring in some veteran players that are going to fill out roster spots, possibly, and start to have these free agents look and say, okay, I see what they're doing. I see how where they're trying to go. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, you need to have those big guys first, but there are certain types of players that you're going to be able to plug in. Like if you're going to get a guy that's a type of guy, because you need that on your team, and you're able to pick it up somewhere. I hate to say it because I really like Frank Ntilikina, but I think it's possible that Frank Ntilikina could go in the draft, could be traded to open up cap space, and maybe to open up cap space so that they can get a veteran guy. And maybe even a veteran guy, another veteran guy that's kind of an unsung guy, maybe comes back in that type of a trade that has, little income. Who knows? I don't know. But
yeah, I completely get. My thought process was always, even if you spend the cap with the hypothetical scenario where we got all three with Anthony Davis and those two, and we had no money left, you would still get those veterans that are chasing rings on the veteran minimums.
Exactly.
And I could see something like that if we get to fill out the roster. That's exactly what the Heat did when they brought in the Mike Millers of the world, the guys like that to fill out the roster. So I'm not too worried about filling out the roster. The NBA is all about having stars, and that's how you win. And Omar, thank you again for the super chat. He says, "Don't worry about the second round. We got Trier undrafted." Fair point, Omar.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair point.
Yeah, right now the Golden State Warriors are up 17-16, and maybe you guys might even see a different score because I'm sure you guys are about 30 seconds ahead of me. But the Golden State Warriors up 17-16, and it's Portland's ball. I think there's a timeout. I think there's a timeout on the floor right now. So this is going to be a good series. Why is it that the Warriors so far this season, so far in the playoffs, they've played better without KD, right? When they played against,
it's only what has it been, 2 games?
It's been 2 games. So when they played against
one game, I think.
Like 1.5 games. So Houston was down 17, 18 points or whatever it is. KD goes out. I'm sorry, they were down. KD's in the game. They come back and take the lead. KD goes down. They lose the game. The second game, they don't get blown out, but they lose without KD even there.
In Houston.
So I mean, maybe it's just matchups. Maybe it just had to do with matchups with the Houston Rockets.
Well, I think I'll say this: if the Warriors win a championship without KD, I think that increases his chances of leaving even more.
Oh yes.
Because people are going to say they won it without you. So that championship that you won, that shouldn't even count. I mean, in terms of your legacy.
Right.
So if he cares anything about his legacy, especially if the Warriors win without him, if he wants to be among the elite when he retires.
Yeah. Definitely, and I think the more the Warriors win without him is it pushes him to say, I need to get out of here. Not that I need to get out of here, but let me go to a place where I can
be the guy.
I can be the guy. I can have my legacy. Yeah. But listen, I really would like to see the Trailblazers win though. I like Damian Lillard. So I'd like to see the Trailblazers win.
Oh, I would love to see the Trailblazers. I'm sick of the Warriors, man. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I want something new. I just don't see it. I really don't. But hey, if the Blazers win Game 1, I'll say it's a series. You break home court. You come back to Portland. At worst, it's 1-1. So, if they can win tonight, it's a series at the very least.
Yep. Do me a favor, folks. Subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, get a notification anytime that I go live. Check in the description of this video and click on the link to the Entertainah's channel. Subscribe to his channel, ring his notification bell so you can get a notification anytime that he goes live. All right.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna say the same thing in my chat, same exact thing. We're doing 2 streams at the same time, guys. If you guys have not done so, please hit that thumbs up, join the channel, ring the bell, and go into the description and sub up my man Sim. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I don't want to interfere with your show because I know I can't hear the calls. It'll probably mix up your show a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll go for like another 10-15 minutes, and we'll say our goodbyes, and then I'll let you do your thing over on your channel.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man. But hey, man, the third pick.
This works. This works. I said this works. Streaming on my channel, streaming on your channel, doing them both live at the same time. This works, man.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely works. I'm sure there was some people in the chat going back and forth, checking like, oh wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you for putting Sim's link out there. Join that channel right there, guys. And what do we think about the pick? Tell us. Well, we don't know who we're taking yet, but obviously conventional wisdom would say RJ Barrett is probably going to be the guy at 3. I like him. I don't love him, but I definitely like him. I think he's going to be a very good pro. I don't know if he's going to be a great pro, but I do like him. And I see Marjorie changed their profile pic. She says Lakers only had a 2% chance, and they got the 4th pick, moving up 7 spots. Well, how far did the Pelicans moved up a lot too?
Like 18 spots.
No, not 18. There's only 14
like
teams in the lottery.
Oh, what? Oh, were they in the lottery? Yeah. Well, I don't know. They moved up something.
They moved up a lot.
They moved up a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the picks I count? Okay, so the first pick is the New Orleans. Second pick was the Knicks. 4th pick was the Lakers. So those are your top 4.
Yeah.
And it's being reported that AD still wants to be traded, Mike Simmons.
Still wants to be traded. Okay. Okay, so then there's the question. If he does want to be traded, do we trade that 3rd pick for him? I mean,
I would know, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but it's going to cost more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you Knox. It's going to cost you 3rd pick Knox. Probably Neil Aquina or DSJ to, like you said, match up the salary, and probably a future first. Is that something is that probably about what it would cost, you think?
I think so. I think that's what it would cost. And maybe AD is looking and saying, you know what? They're going to start over with Zion Williamson. The Knicks are more likely now, the Knicks or the Lakers are more likely to trade their 4th or 3rd pick. Yeah, I want to go because he wants to be in a bigger market.
Right, and it makes sense. It makes sense for both parties. The Pelicans get 2 top 3 picks. They get to fill the team with Zion and Barrett, the 2 Duke players. They have both on rookie contracts, so you free up all that salary cap, so you can bring in big guys in the future to pair with those 2 young budding stars. It makes a ton of sense for the Pelicans as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting draft and offseason. And look, if the Knicks really want to get Anthony Davis, they can do it before they even make a draft pick, right? Right. I mean, they can do it during the draft. They can do it during the draft.
They can do it before the draft. I mean, that's but I think there's a good chance that Anthony Davis is traded to them. And now, had the Knicks gotten 3 and the Pelicans weren't picking 1, I would have said no, because the Pelicans are going to trade up to 1 to get Zion.
Right.
But now that they have 1, and if they still got to trade AD, the Knicks have the 3rd pick.
Right.
So there's a good chance.
So would you try to make the trade? Would you try to make a trade for Anthony Davis before free agency, like now?
Yeah, why not?
As soon as it's possible.
It'll attract free agents.
Exactly.
It'll give KD a bigger reason to come here.
Exactly. That's what I would do. I would try to make that move now. If that's what I'm gonna do, I try to make that move right now. I think it can't actually. They can. I guess they can agree to. They can negotiate and agree, right? But I'm not sure that they can make the trade until the pick is signed, because the draft pick is not under contract yet. So you're going to need that draft pick salary to. But they can have a deal in place, though. Say that again?
They could have a deal in place.
They could have a deal in place, right? They could have a deal in place, knowing that you're drafting. You're drafting for the Pelicans or whatever it is, and then.
Really doesn't matter. I mean, the draft is before free agency anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, regardless of whether you do it now or on draft night, it's still going to be before we go and pursue Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Michael Parker, thank you for the super chat. You say, unfortunately, it's going to cost us Mitchell Robinson to get Anthony Davis. I certainly hope not. Hope not. Yeah.
Victoria says that we should consider simulcasting for games together. Yeah, I would do it. The only problem is, and I'm completely for it, I don't know what Sim's schedule's like, first off, and I know you do shows. He does a lot of call-in shows at night. But we have done a Knicks game before. I think we did 2 Knicks games.
Yeah.
But the only problem is our TVs don't match up, but I'm fine with it. But I know you got your show on. You do your shows on. But.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I'm definitely fine with it. It's me and my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my schedule is
Listen,
sometimes
man,
off
I'm
the
gonna do the
charts.
second half tomorrow if you want. I can't do the first half because of my work, but I'm gonna do the second half tonight. But I know you're gonna want to talk about the Knicks tonight on your channel.
Yeah. After this, I'm gonna open up the appearing and take a couple of phone calls. I know Mark was trying to call in. Mark, in a few minutes when I open up just my show alone, then we'll do some call-ins and stuff like that. But right now, it's hard to do the call-ins because, people on the Entertainah show can't hear. I tried one to see how it worked out, but it didn't work out too well. That's why I hadn't taken another one. Not that it didn't work out well.
I'm sure you're still gonna have plenty of time to take the calls. And we'll wrap it up now because I want them to get the opportunity. I'm sure they want to talk about it, and I don't want to interfere with that. And I'm gonna call this game anyway in a couple minutes.
Okay.
But I just want to say I had a great time, man. Once again, I'm gonna shout Sim out. Go into that description, sub Sim up. I'm gonna be back live in 10 minutes. We're gonna be calling. But yeah, definitely we'll do a game with Sim, and anytime I can collaborate with Sim. Hopefully we could get some maybe some free agent coverage together, do something. Where we do something like this again.
Yeah,
simulcast on both channels. But yeah, man, I had a great time, man. I always love coming on your channel. I always say, when I first started out, I had like 200 subs, maybe not even. And Sim saw my channel. And he laughed and he thought it was funny, and he brought me on his channel. He helped me out a lot, and I always like to shout Sim out when I could get a chance. So
I appreciate
he means a lot to me. He's a really good guy, really good YouTuber.
Appreciate it, man. And you guys see, this guy is a workaholic. He just gets it done, man. And his channel is skyrocketing. So I know you guys want to be a part of it. So make sure you go out there. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I'm putting a link to his channel right here in the chat, so you guys can go subscribe and ring that notification bell.
Yeah, and Sim's chat for watching us tonight. I had a great time coming back on the channel. Hope to be back on the channel more in the future. Good luck with your new channel. You got the hip hop channel going on. If anybody's a hip hop fan, check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
But thank you for coming on my channel. Unfortunately, we didn't get what we wanted tonight. But it could have been worse. That's the moral of the story. It could have been worse. We got to be positive. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. So we're gonna take it, and we're gonna trust in Perry, and see what he does moving forward. I'm trusting in him. I'm trusting in Perry, Scott, and Steve Mills. Mostly Scott Perry. Steve Mills been around for a while, and
I don't trust Steve Mills that much.
Yeah. That's Dolan's. That's that's his eyes and ears. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that is. Yeah. So.
But man, man, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna let you do your thing over in your channel, and have a great night. We'll definitely up again soon.
I appreciate it, Chris, and I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, man. Definitely.
Same thing with Sim. Going over there, link in the description, guys. I'm gonna leave Sim's link in the description for the play-by-play. So I'll leave it up there. Hopefully more guys tune into that. And Sim, thank you for having me on, my man.
No doubt. I'm doing the same exact thing, so you guys can make sure you subscribe to his channel. All right, Chris, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, have a good one, man.
All right, peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go. The New York Knicks have the 3rd pick in the draft, and I'm pretty sure that there are people that want to jump into the appearing, and they want to, they want to see what's going on. They want to talk. They want to get their words out. They want to make sure that they are expressing how they feel about it. You know what I mean? So if you want to join the appearing, call. All you got to do is get on your phone. Appear.in/NBK. Here's Mark. Here's Mark. You know what I'm saying? Come in, talking, making noise, and all that kind of stuff. Good old Mark. You know how that is. But appear.in/NBK. You can give me a call, 516-405-2246. And right now, I need to clear out some of these people in my chat that is, spamming my chat. Get out of here. Now, I know hopefully I got a couple people in here who are, who can knock these people out. If not, then I'm going to have to add you. And Mark, I know you got a key so you can knock some people out, man. Clean up the chat for me if you can. All right. So we got the video chat popping. Yeah. All right. I got Andy in the video chat. We got Mark, who's Mark in the video chat. We got Nate in the video chat. So let's bring these guys over and, start talking a little bit about the Knicks. We got the 3rd pick in the NBA. Oh, but before we do that, if you are a hip fan I know you guys heard, we were talking about, a little bit about the hip hop channel that I have. If you are a hip hop fan, subscribe to my hip hop channel. It's called The Front Stoop. We have some really good conversations about music, about society, about life. It's just hip hop covers all of that, right? So subscribe to it. I'm putting the link to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to it. And I know the Knicks got the 3rd pick, but you should still be very hyped for opening night, because I got a feeling it's going to be a very good opening night. Okay? You can reserve your opening night tickets from my website. And later on tonight, I'm going to be opening it up for just regular fans to go ahead, put a down payment on your tickets. So, you can go ahead and knock that out tonight. Down payment is like $100. All right. And you can, reserve your tickets and have your spot in line taken care of. All right. So, there it goes in there. But anyway, join the Front Stoop, though. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but join the Front Stoop. I'm putting a link in the video chat, in the YouTube chat. The Front Stoop, that is a hip hop channel, right? And you guys, I'm sorry about all the ads, but you got to do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, society, and life, folks. That's what we do on the Front Stoop. Hip hop, society, life. All right, that's enough with that. Enough with the ads. I'm sorry for boring you. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get to our video right now. Here we go. We got Andy. We got Nate. We got Mark. Let's see who else we got joining the chat. This is new. I like when new people come in. Not sure who this is, but we're gonna get to them. All right. Let's start. I'm gonna start with Andy, because Andy's been here for a while. Like, Andy's been here the whole time that the Entertainah was on. Andy was in the video chat. Andy, what's going on, man?
Hey, well, I was here alone, but I pulled it off.
Yeah, he pulled it off. Yeah, man, he pulled it off. But you could hear you could hear me and Chris talking, right?
I'm a little bit disappointed, but not so much. I'm rather pissed that the Lakers, the Pelicans, they went so many positions up. That's unbelievable, man. This needs to be fixed, and it's not about the top 3 picks. It's about the rest of the picks. I don't know how teams from the 12th position or something like that jump to top 4.
Yeah. Exactly. I that has to be fixed. I don't know what the Pelicans were what the percentages were. I'd have to go back and look at it, but that's just I don't know if that looks good, if that's good for the NBA. Is it good for the NBA to have a team, to have teams that are, like the Knicks and the Suns and the Cavs, right, who should because they had bad seasons, they probably should be, have the best odds, and they did have the best odds. I don't know. I don't know if it's good for the NBA for teams like that to just jump up there.
Yeah, Sim, I think actually we should do one episode like how to fix this. I got a couple of ideas. I know it's not going to go to the NBA so they can check it out, but I'm really sure I got a better idea than this lottery thing.
Yeah. I feel you. There's got to be a better, better way to get it done, man. I don't know. It's but then of course they don't want the tanking, right? Because then what happens?
I got a solution that really avoids the tanking.
Okay.
That's reward winning only and stuff like that. But that's like a half an hour explanation chat or something like that.
All right. Yeah. Well, we might have to do a show that just talks about the lottery and tanking and all that kind of stuff, man. But hey, you know what? We got the 3rd pick, and now we got to figure out how are we going to maneuver with the 3rd pick. Do you think, Andy? Do you think that AD wants to be in New Orleans?
No, he definitely doesn't want to be. They even asked the Griffin. I don't know what's his name, David Griffin, I think, and he said that this winning the lottery didn't change anything about the Davis situation. So basically, he says he still wants out. Doesn't matter about the pick. And the question is, who's going to trade it? Is it going to be the Knicks? Is it going to be the Lakers? Or I don't know who.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, folks, you're getting the fans' reaction of the New York Knicks getting the 3rd pick in the NBA draft. We're gonna find out what people think, man. I know there's some people that are excited, but I think most Knicks fans are a little bit disappointed. Mark, who's Mark? I'm coming to you, man. I'm coming to you, my man.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you feel about it, Mark?
Sim, part of me is not mad about getting 3.
Okay.
Part of me is mad how far the Lakers came. Number 4. How did they get so far down?
I don't know, man. I don't have any answers for you,
and
man.
Guess what?
I don't have any answers for you, Mark.
And guess what? Now there's reports of saying that Adam Silver said. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up for you.
Okay.
Hold on. Adam Silver made it clear with the rig lottery. We want stars to stay in small markets. We want equality amongst all teams. Hopefully Anthony Davis signs long. How did the Pelicans get number 1? How?
It's the lottery, man. They had those chances. So this is how. So look, this is how the lottery. Hold one second, Mark. I'm gonna come right back to it. But this is how the lottery works, right? They start with the 5th pick, I believe, or
yeah, they do.
They start with I think they start with the 5th pick, right? And a combination of numbers comes up. So each team is assigned a combination of numbers. So it's not like one ball comes up and it says Knicks on it. It's not like that. It's a combination of numbers, and you get there'll be 4 ping pong balls that come up, and it might be 4, 7, 8, 3. And if that's your combination, you got it, right? And there's one combination that is not assigned to any team. Okay. Right? If that combination comes up, it's a do-over. Once a team's combination comes up, bam, you know who got the 5th pick. And then another combination comes up. If it's the same combination as the team who got the 5th pick, they do it over. Right? And so it's not even one ping pong ball or a bunch of ping pong balls that have the Knicks name on it. This combination of numbers, and I guess the teams with the higher chance of getting the number 1 pick have more combinations of numbers. It's a whole there's a whole thing.
Okay, so let me tell you a quick theory, or this could possibly go down for the Knicks. Okay. So us not getting number 1, right? It makes the AD trade a little more smoother amongst Knicks fans that we. It does. If we got number 1, a lot of Knicks fans would have been mad if they'd have traded Zion for Anthony Davis. So this makes it more viable for us to just go and get him. So now they're saying Anthony Davis don't want to be there. I told y'all guys, he wants the big market. He wants the big market, period. Right. That's what he wants. And because Zion, everybody think he's so transformation, he's going to sell tickets. He's where we was going to trade him regardless, where I wanted to trade him regardless. So it's a kind of win-win. But the fact is, I didn't want the Lakers that far because I didn't want no other team have play for Anthony Davis like that. Well, and just part of me, just like Lakers getting so close, pisses me off. But here again now, everything depends on Grizzlies. If they either go Morant because they want to trade Mike Conley, or they just end up going with RJ Barrett. So now I'm thinking. Either one of those players, I think the Pelicans would still take the trade from the Knicks to pair it with Zion because they could go with those two that young. You get what I'm saying? It's a point guard. You have a Zion point guard combination, or you have a 2-guard combination with a guy that could play the point guard. They could put RJ a point guard. So for us to have the 3rd pick, we're still in the hunt for AD. But goddamn, that Lakers should not be that far. I'm more soft than that. I had to calm down with the Knicks pick, but the way the Lakers came so far to touching the top 3, that pissed me off.
Yeah. Nah,
So it made it a smoother transition for us to get AD.
Okay.
But
it's a smoother transition, you know, for us to get AD. But we also have competition because of the Lakers. But now, you know. So how do you feel about RJ Barrett, or even the possibility of Ja Morant if the Memphis Grizzlies go RJ Barrett?
Sam, you know what kills me is like with those two, right? The fact that Kevin Durant is coming and he's coming with someone, and that is going to be that point guard. And you just seen him in Boston Celtics, right? He can't play with the other dominant guards. It's just not going to happen. RJ is not, number one, he's a guard. Listen, he's just not right for the next team, period. 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 And the funny thing, honestly, I was thinking about really keeping Zion. I was really thinking about it, contemplating it very hard between AD and Zion. But those other two, because of the chances of those, if Kyrie wasn't coming, I'd have took Morant and never looked back. But Kyrie is coming. They say AD calling other people. It's happening. This behind the scenes thing is happening, Sim. It's happening. There's no way KD's coming by himself. And I told y'all, he's coming with someone who he can trust, not a young player. If AD wanted to play with Zion, he would have said, nope, I want to play with Zion. If AD thought Zion was that good, he would have stayed there to play with him. These players, when they reach a certain pinnacle in their career, they're not doing the rebuild thing. It ain't happening. It's just not happening. Kevin Durant is 31. We have 4 prime years of him. We have to reload for him, and it's going to happen. So it made this AD thing a transition for the best for us. I just hope it happens now. I just hope it happens.
All right. Well, let me get around. Let me get around.
Yeah, get around and come back to me when you can.
I'm gonna come back to you. I'm just glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? I was a little bit worried. You know what I mean? I didn't know what was gonna go on. I didn't know if I was gonna have to, you know, take a trip up to Queens and bail you out. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So I'm just glad you're here. You know, Nate.
And how you doing?
What's good, man? I'm good. I'm good.
I felt like I got a gut punch to the stomach, man. You know, I'm still trying to get over it.
Yeah.
I have two thoughts. First thought is I want to trade this pick. I don't want RJ Barrett. I'm not a fan of him. I actually think that he could be a poor man's Tim Hardaway. Bad shot selection, turns over the ball at a high rate. You know, I know he's a good defender, but I don't want anything to do with this guy. I think we trade this pick. It seems like New York is rumored to be enamored with Cam Reddish. I'm okay with getting another, you know, moving down a couple of slots, maybe getting a draft pick later on in the first round and get your guy still. I'm a big believer in that. If you're not set on RJ Barrett, then, you know, trade down and get some assets and get the guy, you know, get the guy you want later.
You said trade down? You said trade down and get some assets?
Yeah, like, you know, trade out of the third spot and maybe draft around, you know, see who wants RJ Barrett really bad, and then try to see if you like Cam Reddish, you can get Cam Reddish about 7 or 8. That's where he's projected to go. So you could trade down 3 or 4 spots, maybe pick up a late first round draft pick, because somebody's going to want RJ Barrett. You know, there's going to be somebody out there that's enamored with him. I mean, that would be me if I'm New York. I don't think RJ Barrett is the answer at 3. I really don't. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm just not a big fan of him. Yeah, I know he's had some great games. I know he can have moments where he looks like a star, but he also has games where he just falls apart and you don't even see him. I mean, see the tournament. He was nowhere to be found when they needed him the most. I mean, you know, he's a young guy, and you know, he still has a lot to learn. So, you know, I'm not ready to say that you know. I just don't think at 3 take him. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm more for trading or trading it for Anthony Davis or whatever it is.
So who do you think is, if they keep the third pick, who do you think is a 3?
Honestly, Sim, nobody. I think it's really hard because you have Zion and you have Ja Morant. I think there's a huge gap between those 2 players and everybody else.
Okay.
I just don't. I mean, in my opinion, I'm just saying. I mean, RJ Barrett might have been there early on in the season, but he just didn't really impress me. Like when the tournament, I watched a lot of Duke because of Zion. I just was not impressed with RJ Barrett. I mean, he really needed to step up big time to help Zion out, and I just didn't see it.
Okay.
You know, so. But my second thought is, did you see the interview with Zion after he found out the Pelicans are going to get number 1?
No, I did not. I
okay.
didn't. Me and Chris was, talking a bit.
Read language, everything. He doesn't want to go to New Orleans. I could actually see a situation where, you know, we talk about football, Eli Manning, how he demanded a trade or say he didn't want to play with the Chargers and got his way to New York. I could actually see a situation where he could actually do that with the Pelicans. He did not look excited at all. He was very timid, but his answer, he's like, it's a possibility, because they said, do you see yourself playing with the Pelicans? He's like, it's a possibility. Nothing big on, hey, I'm good wherever they send me. Very timid. You know, just did not look comfortable at all with that answer. I don't blame him. I mean, you thought you were going to go to New York and you possibly land with the Pelicans. You know, so who knows? I mean, I don't know if Zion's that big of a guy to do that situation where he doesn't want to play there.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there could be some rumblings that, hey, he might not want to play there, and that could scare away. Maybe the Pelicans go a different route. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna see how this works out, man. It's gonna be crazy. Let me come down here and speak to Kareem. All right, see what's going on.
Sim.
Kareem, what's up? What's going on, man?
What's up, man? First and foremost, man, I'm hearing a lot of positive stuff about that front stoop conversation that we had.
Okay, that's what's up.
You know, I hear a lot of people liking it. But
good.
I'm not mad at all. I'm just like on like DM mode right now, like, you know, just examining the possibilities.
In
regards to AD, right? The Pelicans better trade him and get something for him while they can. He's not staying.
Right.
So, you know, I would say, you know, remember, we got those 2 additional draft picks, right? We could package those in, and we won't have to give up too much of the young core to get them.
Right. And
you know, and also I believe no one wants to help the Lakers. Like after that whole tampering with LeBron, like people are tired of LeBron doing that. Like the league is tired of that. You start losing, then you want to dismantle the whole team and go get Jesus Christ and Mary. We're tired of that, man. Like no one. So I don't see, you know. So I'm not mad. I actually like it. Like I love the overall. It's like a big production, man. I like the little surprises. Like nothing's gonna go as planned. But you know, like Scott Perry said, man. We'll play the cards we're dealt, and we can do nothing but go up from here, man.
Yeah.
I already know KD and Kyrie's head this year. We already know that. Because where else would they go? What else makes sense for those 2?
Yeah. But you know, this draft order, it just changes a lot, though. You know, it definitely changes a lot of stuff. I think. You know, I think it changes a lot and makes
But that's exciting to me, man. I don't want it to be like too like predictable. Like it's exciting to me, and I honestly think that because I was saying that with like when we got the 3rd pick, those the Lakers, the Grizzlies, and the Pelicans, they were in between teams. Like the teams I expected to be, I didn't expect the Pelicans to be number 1. Like that was like. Yeah, that was like that took me for, you know, I was supreme prize, man.
Yeah. It definitely caught me off guard. It's like,
and I was sitting here saying, I'm like, please don't get the 4th pick. Because I went to check the mailbox, and we were already at the top. I'm like, this is the quickest draft.
Yeah.
Gilmore said he going to a party. I guess he went to eat. Yeah, Gilmore went to eat cake, I guess. Gilmore's home already.
Right. Exactly.
Slice of cake and some juice.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, man, I was like, please don't get, I don't want the foot. Then when we got the 3rd pick, man, I almost fell out of my chair. I was like,
me too, man. Me too. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. But I couldn't believe it.
I almost went to I'm about to go see a psychiatrist tomorrow. I need a prescription, man.
Yeah.
I need some psychotropic medications, man.
Yeah. No, let me get around here. We got a couple.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll be back to you. I'm gonna be back to you. I'm gonna get to a phone call right quick and then get back. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's poppin'?
Hey Sim, how are you?
Hey Jamela, how you doing?
How's everything going, man?
Well, I'm all right. I'm okay. I didn't want the 3rd pick. I wanted either the 1 or 2, but you know what? We'll be okay.
So hear me out though.
Okay.
All right. So we shared the odds with 2 other teams, be it Phoenix and Cleveland.
Right.
Right. So my thought process was always, as long as we don't fall outside of the top 3, it'll be a win. Because I'm thinking if the odds work out the way it's supposed to, it's either going to be the Cavs ahead of us, Phoenix ahead of us, whatever. But the way that the odds played out, the fact that the first 2 teams, both the Pelicans and Memphis, jumped up 6 spots, and the Lakers jumped up 7. We should consider ourselves lucky that we got the 3rd pick.
That's true.
I mean, I know it's considered that we lost, but it could have been much worse. I mean, look at Phoenix and the Cavs right now.
Right.
I mean, at least you know who you could possibly get. I know a lot of people say they don't want RJ Barrett, but I don't watch college basketball, so I don't know. Going into the NBA season, everyone's saying that he would have been the number 1 pick, but you never know.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the truth.
When you look at, for example, Donovan Mitchell, I remember them saying that his game is not going to translate. He's just going to be a good defensive player, and look at it now. We don't know how these players are going to translate. Of the last 15 first-round picks, the number 1 picks, only like 3 or 4 of them plan out. You don't know. At least the fact that the Knicks still hold the 3rd pick, they still have some possibilities. But I think we're good either way. How would you feel it was the 5th pick? I was at work all day, dreading. I'm like, please don't get the 4th or 5th pick, because when you think about it, combined, they had a 60% chance of getting the 4th and the 5th pick, and a 40% chance of getting, between the 1, 2, or 3 pick. And believe it or not, the 3rd pick had the least odds between the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you really think about it, compared to everybody else, they kind of did beat the odds.
Yeah. And
it's set up like that for a reason.
Yeah, and I was dreading. I didn't want the 3rd pick, but I was dreading. I was just dreading the 4th or the 5th pick.
Yeah, so, I get you didn't want the 3rd pick, but when you look at the odds that we had, we are very lucky that we didn't get the 4th or 5th pick.
I agree with you. I agree. I definitely.
You understand what I'm saying? And then compared to Cleveland and Phoenix, they would gladly take the 3rd pick because at least you still have options with it. I'm being serious.
Right. No, you're right. They would gladly take the 3rd pick.
If we end up with the 4th pick, for all those people who talking about they don't want RJ Barrett, they would have loved to be able to get RJ Barrett because at least they know he has some potential.
Right.
Like, who do you pick at 4th or 5th? I have no idea. And as far as this whole Zion thing, is just like all throughout the year, he's been sold as, the next coming, and that may be the case because he's different with what he brings to the table. But do we really know that he's gonna?
Well, you don't know anything. You don't know anything.
But the funny thing is that they just reported on ESPN that he was kind of rooting for the Knicks to get the pick. It's obvious. I think He's not the type of. I don't think he's gonna tell. He's not gonna pull like Eli Manning and say he doesn't want to be with the Pelicans. But you could tell that he was a little displeased.
Right. Yeah. I don't think. I don't think he's the type of person that's gonna do that either. But then, so hear me out. So like, if we would have gotten the first pick, do you think the Knicks would have kept it, or do you think they would have played themselves and packaged it? Honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I would have. It's hard to say.
To be honest with you, I was kind of annoyed, and I felt it was tempting the basketball gods that 4 or 5 hours before the draft, they're like, if the Knicks get the number 1 pick, they're gonna trade it to AD. I'm like, can we at least try to get the number 1 pick first?
Right.
I'm like, would you stop?
Right. Can we get it before we say we're gonna move it? Yeah.
Yes, I think this is the reason why we don't get number 1 picks. Because everyone knows that there's a possibility we could do something stupid with it. So I guess the gods is like, we're not giving it to you because you're probably going to do something dumb with it.
There you go. Exactly.
I'm serious.
And there you go.
If we get the second pick, if you take Durant, like that would be a big issue because granted we have point guards on the team. I know everyone has various feelings about them. But if you do get a point guard in free agency, like, what do you do with all these point guards? Like, I don't. Yeah. So I don't know. In a sense, I would think like the third pick is not bad. It's like because if you take Zion at number 1, there's that pressure of do you keep him or do you trade him? You get number 2, which would be Morant, and it's like, well, what do you do with that pick if Kyrie or Kimba comes here? You have Dennis Smith Jr. whatever. Like it's just I think whatever pick they would have gotten would have been some kind of drama or controversy or some kind of dilemma that they would have to be in.
Yeah, and there's going to be even though we have the third pick, I still don't think there's going to be. I think there's still going to be some drama. I think there's going to be. I think that Scott Perry's going to listen to everything.
As he should. Any good GM does that. But what I will say, and this is just generally speaking, it doesn't matter what pick you get. When I'm looking at these playoffs and I see, Kawhi Leonard, 15th pick, you got the Greek Freak, 15th pick. These guys, at the end of the day, the front office has to do their job and just pick the right guy.
That's it.
At the end of the day. That's it. So be it 1, 2, or 3. Because how many teams in the past have gotten the first pick, second pick, third pick, and it's just they bombed? Remember last year around this time we were talking about, we would trade up to get Mo Bamba. There's even rumors going around that they're looking to trade him. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You remember when Dennis Smith Jr. was supposed to be coming out? He was a surefire thing, the next Westbrook, right? Look at him. You don't know, so Knicks fans need to relax.
You're right.
And
you don't know.
Yeah, just relax. We don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, Zion could be the best thing in college. Remember Christian Laettner? I remember him. Adam Morrison, remember him too. Just relax. I also remember Olo Candy and everyone else. Relax. Because I look at it as if KD's coming and whoever else, it doesn't matter. Do you really care what the draft is going to be if KD and all this rumor stuff actually come true? No one's going to care. Most likely those guys are going to be sitting on the bench anyway. I don't know. I mean, regardless of what, everyone's going to complain. So,
well, that's the truth. That's the truth. Regardless, no matter what happens,
people are going to complain.
People are going to complain about anything that happens.
But check this out.
That's the truth.
Like I said, it could have been worse because it could have been Dallas picking number 1, Miami picking number 1, and all the teams I can't stand picking number 1. So I have no beef with the Pelicans.
All right.
And at least we get the 2 picks from Dallas,
Yeah, exactly.
as soon as possible.
Yep.
So it was a loss in that we dropped 2 spots, but it could have been worse.
Yep.
It could have been, Dallas play. It could have been KP playing with Zion. Y'all really would have been crying.
Woo, woo. Oh my gosh! I don't know.
It could have been worse.
It could have been.
Of the degree of worsedom, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, hey, Jamila, man, if Dallas had gotten Zion, I don't know what Mark would have done.
Oh, what about Miami, and what about Boston?
Yeah, right.
All these teams, it could have been the Lakers.
Yeah, that really would have pissed me off because.
So listen, I'm fine with the Pelicans and I'm fine with Memphis because they're West teams.
All right.
Zion. So you're gonna try to tell me the Pelicans are gonna be on ESPN like 10 times? I mean, come on.
Right.
That dude, he's upset, and they say Anthony Davis still don't want to stay there.
Yeah, I know.
Put that guy in you gonna put him in New Orleans? I'm tired of these small market teams, but that's what they want. The NBA wants these small market teams to get these players to make it even. But how even is it going to be when 2-3 years later, when it's time for them to become free agents, they're leaving?
Yeah.
So they got to figure something out there. But you know, I'm cool. I'm not upset. I'm telling you.
All right.
Like
hey,
you don't know. Like RJ Barrett could be the best out of all the players. You never know. Reddish could be better than all three of them. Because you really don't know. You know what? I would have preferred if RJ and Reddish kind of captain their own team, but you can't really see what these players could do when you got like so many players on one team.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the hell RJ Barrett is, nor do I know what Cam Reddish is.
Yeah.
Because everything was around Zion.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Hey, Jamila.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate the call.
All right, bro.
Thank you for you always bring it into focus for us. So
yeah, no,
we
it's just
definitely appreciate it.
because people are they're going crazy about it. It's about the numbers. It's not about the Knicks. Look, this took a calculated risk. They knew what they was doing. Unfortunately, they're talking about they want to prevent teams from tanking, but the Knicks weren't tanking. They were just bad.
They were just bad.
Unfortunately, they had to, be penalized for that. But, maybe next time we're in the top 14 pick, maybe, we miss the playoffs by a couple of games for whatever reason, and we get the number 1 pick when we're not expecting it. That should happen. Hey,
we'll see.
If it's going to work out like that, hopefully it works out for us in the bottom end of the draft.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, Jamila, I think
Steve. Everyone getting paid, they gotta do their job now. Let's see if they worth their salt.
That's right. Let's see if they worth it. And I appreciate the call, man.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night. Appreciate it. Yeah, Jamila's right. Let's see if they're worth. She said, are they worth the salt? Scott Perry, Steve Mills, the scouting staff. Now it's time for them to put some work in. Now it's time for us to see what they can do. We can really see what they can do. We seen it some last year, but now we can really see what they can do. You got the 3rd pick. You got a high pick. Listen, Scott Perry, he said yesterday, and you can go back and look at the video. He said, we're going to play the cards that were dealt. We're going to play the cards we're dealt. So you've been dealt the 3rd pick. Now let's see what you do. Now it's time to play the cards. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, all right. I'm seeing a lot of doom and gloom. This was a good night for the Knicks, man.
Okay.
I don't know why everybody's so upset. Like, I'm hearing people saying that we didn't tank. Yeah, we did. Like, we had players that we could have played to be able to at least get a little closer to winning, but
we did, but we were bad. We did tank. We did, but we were also very bad. We were just bad.
Yes. I'm just saying, I feel like next season we're looking to play to win, not to try to, ride the middle line just to see if we can get a top pick.
Yeah.
And, look at it this way. Chances are the Pelicans are getting Zion. The Grizzlies can either go with Ja because they need a point guard, and when you look at who they have at shooting guard, they don't have a lot of people. So, everybody's complaining about RJ. It might not be RJ. You know what I mean? And then it also, at the same time, they like Reddish. So maybe they trade down for Phoenix, get something, and then they still end up getting a player that they don't mind.
Okay.
But any way you slice it, we're not going to be as bad as we were this year. And all I'm really looking for is an improvement and a better squad.
Okay. I'm looking for, obviously, improvement, but I'm also looking for the front office to take care of the cap and be prudent and smart. I don't want to be, I don't want to make an improvement, but we improve next year, but we're stuck for the next 4 years in mediocrity, right? Mediocrity. So I want them to be prudent in making the improvement. But we're going to improve. We're going to be a better team next year. I just want to make sure that they're, prudent and smart, which I think they will be. I trust these guys.
I feel like they did so well in the draft last year that this gives me confidence for this year.
Yeah.
And then we're still looking at free agency. It's not like we didn't have, like it was the years before where nobody wanted to come here. I mean, they're pretty much saying KD or Kyrie is a lock, or both. Like, we've been in worse situations. Like, this isn't the time to get enough about it. This is a time where we could actually get better, even if we don't do anything. Players could decide they want to come. And then whoever you get. But, like, when you put a player in the system, I'm listening to all these people talk about RJ sucks. Like, put him in a system where he could potentially do well, play to his strengths and cover up his weaknesses. He could be, he's like 2A, 2B. Like, are we really missing out if we get him? Or if we get Ja? Like, you put them in the right system. Fizdale's good at being able to get some of these players to play above their level. So we really, like, I mean, Knicks fans, if you've been around for forever, how bad have we been? Like, we really can't complain. Only thing that really irritated me was the Lakers got so close. Like, I call them the Puddles. Yeah. I don't want them anywhere near us. Like, I felt like they were a bad team. They went through all of this stuff. Somehow they still managed to get that high up. It irritated me that they even got that close. But beyond that, like, it felt like it was a good draft for us.
All right. Hey, let me ask you one question. Just tell me quick. Would you trade the third pick for Anthony Davis, or if another star or another player became available, would you trade it?
Yes, depending on what happens with KD and Kyrie.
Okay.
Like, if we know we're getting KD, then I'm more likely to hold on to that pick. If we don't know because he's fickle, then I'm open to being able to trade that pick no matter what. But I think we should kind of have a better idea of what they're going to do. Because if you trade that pick and then you turn around and you don't get anybody, then, like, I mean, we got to have a plan. We got to go into this with something. And again, it's this all-black executive crew. I need them to look good. So I want them to make smart decisions and just kind of play the game. It's a chess game now. That was the point to getting the third pick.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
Thank you for taking the call, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. Hope that he call back soon.
All right, bro. Y'all have a good one. Don't be in the feelings about it. It's better than it looks, and it's all gonna work out.
All right. I'm counting on it, man. It's all gonna work out. Counting on it. All right, have a good one, man.
All right, bro.
All right, peace. All right, let's get back over here in the video chat. We'll get back to a couple of calls. I know my man right here with the New York jersey on. I know he wants to get on. Hey, what's going on, my man? Ernesto, what's popping with you?
What's popping, Sam?
I'm good, man. How you feeling about the third pick?
Hey, it could have been a lot worse, man. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, the odds were stacked against us to move into the top three. So, look, a lot of good things happen here. First of all, okay, Zion is going west. He's not staying in the East Coast.
Okay,
that's number one. Okay. Number two, Dallas didn't move up, which means we're getting their picks sooner than later. Next year's first round pick from Dallas, we're getting it. So that means it's more value to the picks in case we need to, do some trades or anything like that. Cleveland, Phoenix, and Chicago, the three teams, they dropped three spots down. Okay? So those three teams that we had similar records, the three of them dropped down 3 spots. So we landed the third pick. I mean, that's pretty good, man. It could have been a lot worse. We could have gotten the 5th pick. The Lakers could have gotten the number 1 pick, or Dallas could have gotten the number 1 pick. It could have gone a lot worse.
Well, that's true. It definitely could have gone.
Especially the Dallas pick, man. Dallas staying put. not moving up, that's key. Because that means next year's pick, that's out now. And that adds a lot of value to it now. Because GMs don't want to trade for picks that are 2-3 years down the road. They want the pick now. They don't know if they're going to be in the office 3 or 4 years down the line. So they want the pick ASAP, ASAP.
Yeah.
So that's the number one thing.
Let me ask you this, Ernesto. If you're Scott Perry right now, what is your next move?
Everything is on the table except for Mitch. Plain and simple. For AD, anything is on the table except for Mitch. I'm not trading Mitch for anyone. Mitch is a game changer on the defensive end right now. Mitch is a game changer. Look, I've been watching basketball for over 35 years. In my lifetime, I've never seen a player like Mitch, the things he's capable of doing, the way he's capable of defending the paint at the perimeter, all in one play. He can guard 1 through 5 like nothing. I mean, there's so many things. There's so much upside with this kid that, I mean, if the people don't see it, I mean, they don't know ball too much. But I know for sure that what I've seen from Mitch this year is something that I've never seen anyone do in the NBA. Anyone. And he's just turned 21. So I'm not trading Mitch for no one. He's not on the table. Now, if you want to talk about the third pick, if you want to talk about Knox, if you want to talk about Frank, if you want to talk about DSJ, everybody's on the table for AD, but not Mitch.
Okay. All right. So you're willing to go ahead and move on from that third pick,
yeah.
You know, for Anthony Davis.
If it's for Anthony Davis, yeah, I'll move it. I'll package it. That's not a problem. We can package the third pick. We can give him Dallas next first rounder. We can package that with DSJ, Knox, Frank Ntilikina. If we can do something, we can work with something like that, then I'm up for it. But if they want Mitch, I'm hanging up the phone. Plain and simple. I'm not trading Mitch.
Okay.
Mitch, we can keep him.
Okay. You know, from things that I've read, you know, the Pelicans have done their.
They're going to want Mitch, man.
Yeah. They're going to want him. They've done their research on Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson. They're definitely going to. They're going to want Mitch to be in that conversation, man. And I don't want him to be in that conversation. Just imagine giving up the third pick, Kevin Knox, and Mitchell Robinson. You're basically giving them a team that could be a team of the future, right? They get Zion, then they get your third pick, which could end up being Barrett or Ja Morant, and you give them Mitch, and you give them Kevin Knox. I mean, for us, we'd be giving up a third pick, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson. You definitely can't. You can't give up Mitchell Robinson. You can't do it.
You can't do it, man.
You can't do it. You can't do it, man.
And, I mean, one thing I got to say about that is that, I mean, Perry and Mills, they drafted Mitch. And they're in love with this kid, just like we are. So it's going to be tough for them. And if somehow that trade does happen and they do decide to include Mitch, I'm putting it on Dolan, man. I'm putting on Dolan meddling because I know Steve Mills and Mitch are going and Steve Perry and Mills, they're going to want to keep Mitch.
Yeah.
So if somehow they include Mitch in the AD trade, I'm blaming that on Dolan for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't think it's going to come from Mills, and I mean I don't think it's going to come from Mills or Perry.
Yeah.
Because they're in love with this just like we are, man.
Yeah.
And rightly so.
Rightly so. I can't wait to see how he develops, man. Coming into the summer, it's going to be
Mitch progress. He progressed in one season what it would normally take players to 2 to 3 years to progress.
Yeah.
He did it all in a span of a couple of months.
Yeah.
He was he's a completely different player from the beginning of the season to the end. So,
exactly.
I mean, it's amazing the things that we saw this. I mean, how many threes did he block?
Right.
How many threes did he block all season long? It was quite a few. It was almost in the 20 range, man. That's something that's not. It was about he blocked like about 15 threes, and that's something that
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
Hey, let me come back to you, man. I want to get to a couple of these super chats. I'm gonna come back to you very soon. Big shout out, Marty Knicks. You know, and going. This is going backwards a little bit. Thank you for the super chat, Marty. And talking about the lottery, he said, "Let us watch the lottery, and that solves the problems on whether or not the lottery is rigged." I mean, I don't think it's rigged. I think if it was rigged, Zion would have ended up, or that number one pick would have ended up in it with a different team. But you know what? I do agree with you. Let us watch the lottery. Let us watch the whole process take place on television. Why not? Let us see it. I agree with you there. Michael Parker, thank you for the super chat. He said the one advantage the Knicks had going in the AD sweepstakes was the prospects of having Zion. The Lakers will overpay for Zion. Will overpay for AD. That could be. I mean, it definitely puts the Lakers in prime position, even though the Knicks are there as well. It puts the Lakers in really, really good position having that number 4 pick. You know, although dropping out of the top 3, it's a little bit sketchy. And that's something that the Pelicans may take into account. Michael Parker, again, thank you for the super chat. He said, if Morant is gone, we should take Bobo. I don't know. I guess, look, as far as who's going to, who the Knicks are going to draft is going to come down to the combines and the individual workouts now. That's going to start taking place sooner than later. Well, after the NBA final. I don't know. I guess they can take place during the NBA finals as well. But, the staff is going to get to work. And we're going to start hearing stories, and we're going to start hearing, that the Knicks worked out this player and that player, and that the Knicks like this person and that person. There's going to be all kinds of things flying about that number 3 pick. The big thing for us Knicks fans is let's not panic. Just because we hear some rumors flying and we hear people talking about the Knicks are going to take so-and-so from East Cambodia with that 3rd pick, right? Let's not trip about it, because that happens every single year. We hear that the Knicks are going to, take this player and that player from wherever. So let's not trip about it. Uptown Twan, thank you for the super chat. You said, why is everybody talking about trading down like it's the NFL draft? It rarely happens in the NBA. I think here's the thing with trading down, or even trading up, like I brought up when the Entertainah was on the show. It's the separation of talent between Ja Morant and RJ Barrett that much to where you need to where you would trade up. Or it's the separation of talent between Ja Morant and RJ Barrett and the 4th, 5th, 6th pick that much where you would, or is it that even between the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th pick that you would say, you know what, we can trade down and get the same caliber of player? See, I don't think it's going to be, unless there's just somebody that they really, really like and they think that they can pull it, they can draft this person and that this person is going to be a surprise or whatever it is. Right? I don't think that it's that even that you can trade down and expect that you're going to get the same caliber of player. I think, though, that top 3, I think that's the top 3 is where you want it to be. Right? Although I didn't want the 3rd. I'm okay with it, though. Right? Let me not say I didn't want. I preferred not to have the 3rd. I preferred to have the top 2. But I'm okay with the top 3 because with the top 3, you're getting a player. Outside of that, you're not sure, right? So trading down, I guess if you're going to trade down, I guess you're kind of saying that those Ja Morant or RJ Barrett, the separation of talent is not that much between Ja Morant, RJ Barrett, and the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th pick, whatever you want to go. I don't know. I don't think the Knicks will be trading down. If they're going to trade anything, it would be up. And then I don't know if the separation of talent between Ja Morant and RJ Barrett is that much where you trade up for either one of those guys. So I'm not sure, although I really do like Ja Morant. And I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. Maybe the separation of talent is, but I'm not sure. do me a favor, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Right, you get a notification anytime that I go live, drop a video, whatever it is. Notified you know. Ring that notification bell. All right, subscribe to the channel. Let me get to another phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on with you, my man?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Knicks. Yeah, I'm really disappointed, man. I really wanted that #1 pick, man. I was really upset because now I'm just thinking, how are we going to lure in Kevin Durant now and Irving now? Because who's going to be the guy to bring those two guys here now? Because that was the whole deal. Like, that was the whole, like, that #1 pick was everything. I mean, I was, like, anticipating this. Now I'm, like upset now.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving was predicated on that #1 pick. You know, I think, let's put it like this. If the Knicks happen to pull off, or I don't want to say pull off, let's say that they traded that #3 pick and was able to get Anthony Davis, that's going to attract KD and Kyrie. Or, you know, whatever other combination of players you could think of in free agency. You know, I think that'll attract them.
I just hope so, because just based on what I'm hearing is that, you know, KD and Irving want to, you know, they want to go to a team that has already made talent, and that's what it seems like. You know, that's what's been the past couple of years. Like, these big superstars go to teams that already have, you know, already made talent, and that's why I'm getting, you know, nervous now, thinking how are they going to pull this off. If they could still pull it off and trade for AD and get KD as a free agent, then I'd say, yeah, I'd be really stoked. But I hope this doesn't, like, scare away big free agents, because we see what happened in 2010 with LeBron James. That didn't pan out.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to scare away the free agents. You know, it's still a good pick, and it's going to depend on, you know, let's see what they're able to do, you know, from now into the draft. You know, there's tons of things that can happen between now and the draft, and it's going to and it's also, I think it's going to, when they sit down with these free agents and lay out their plan, I think that's what, you know, that's what's going to make the free agents say, you know what, they have a plan. Yeah. You know, they can build around me or build with me, or, you know, they have a vision to win the championship. So I think that's going to play into it more. Now, does it, you know, it doesn't help the cause that the Knicks didn't get the #1 pick, but I don't think it hurts it either. Yeah,
Another thing, too, I'm hearing is Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if I like him and all, but he's saying the chances of getting Durant is 95%. Then I listened to that other dude, Colin Coward or something, whatever his name is. Yeah. He says that he heard people in his DMs say that it's 100% done deal, but I'm thinking like 50-50 that he's going to come. I don't think it's 100% slam dunk. But I hope we get him, man. I mean, the guy's a generational player.
Yeah,
I mean, if they strike out on Durant, I don't know where they go from here. This is like their last hope.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if they strike out on Durant, let's put it in perspective a little bit. They strike out on Durant, right? You still have, okay, you don't have Zion, but you still have, you know, a very high pick. You got a #3 pick. You have cap space, so you can trade into that cap space. There's always players available. There's always players that's gonna come available, right? So things will continue to shake loose in the NBA. And, you know, I'm not ready to say that, you know, this is going to be the end all be all, because Scott Perry and Steve Mills set us up and put us in a very good position so that anything that comes available, the Knicks would be in position to capitalize on. So, you know, I guess we just got to see what happens.
You know what I was going to ask you? What #3 do you rather see, Durant, Davis, and Irving, or Durant, Davis, and Kyrie Leonard? If that, you know, one of those two happen.
I mean, I would rather see. I mean, I wouldn't mind see like Kawhi, Kyrie, and AD. I would love that, because they're all like 26 years old. So you got some time with them. You know, that would be.
The only thing I don't like about Irving is he gets hurt a lot. That's my only concern. Mm-hmm. He gets injured a whole lot, but the guy's got to stay healthy. But I mean, he's a top point guard. But I don't know. It seems like he only wins when he's with LeBron now. I mean, he didn't win nothing with the Celtics.
Well, you know, the Celtics. Yeah. I mean, you're right. I think with Celtics it was more than just Kyrie, though. You know, there's a lot going on there. I'm sure you've seen Terry Rozier on the ESPN today. He was upset about his role. You had other players upset about their roles on the Celtics. You know, Kyrie comes in, you know, after the Celtics made it to the Eastern Conference Final. Now here comes Kyrie and Gordon. right?
Yeah.
You know, so I think there was a lot. You know, there was a lot there that was kind of like, listen. And I can understand where some of them players might be coming from. It's like, hey, guess what? We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals without these two. Now, you know, they come in and they're getting all the shine. Like, they're going to take us over the top. So there was a lot going on inside the Celtics organization that I think is what actually held them back.
And another thing too, they're saying that KD is, I don't know, right now as we speak, he's making calls to people saying that he wants to come to the Knicks. He's actually recruiting people already, to go there. So he's already it's just speculation. But if it is true, then he's going to come here. But he's got to come to this team with players already lined up for him. I mean, you can't just jump on a team with an empty, because they have like a bunch of no-name guys. I mean, Kevin Knox, I don't think that guy's going to track Kevin Durant. I mean, you got to have like Miami Heat, for example. They had Bosh and Wade, and that got LeBron. I mean, you got to have somebody ready to bring the guys in. I mean,
well, let's see. We'll see what happens, man. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. Hey, I thank you for the call, my man. And
All right,
you know what? Hey, just believe in the regime. They've done good by us so far, so let's believe in them.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, appreciate the call. Have a good one. All right, let's get over here, man. Listen, the Knicks got the third pick. If you haven't heard, the New York Knicks got the third pick in the NBA draft. Disappointing to some, very good for others. I'm kind of in between. I wanted the first pick. I did not want the fourth or fifth pick. Got the third pick, so I guess that's somewhere in the middle, and that's where I am right now, somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. I want to get back over here to the video chat. I'm going to come up to you, Andy. I want to know, what's your next move? If you're Scott Perry, Steve Mills, man, what's your next move? What's up, Andy? What's your next move?
We would have to trade for AD. And, but we got to sign the agents.
Hey, Andy, can you hear me?
First, we got to sign and...
Hey, Andy, can you hear me? I think Andy's in a conversation with Mark right now, so you probably can't hear what I'm saying. Well, I'll get back to him. Let me see. Maybe I can get to Mark. Mark, can you hear me? Hey, Mark. Who's Mark? Who's Mark? Can you hear me? Hello? Mark?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, I want to keep Mitch. Mitch is
Mark.
the main priority.
Hey, Mark. Who's Mark? Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I guess Mark can't hear me. He must have me canceled out. Okay, we'll get 2 phone calls then. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, how you doing, Tim?
I'm good.
I'm big, long-time Knicks fan. I'm upset just like everyone else. I'll tell you what, though. I think this thing is coming out to fruition, this Anthony Davis thing, because it just seems to be that maybe RJ Barrett is that third pick. And who did he play with in college, and who will he grow with? If we include, they're probably going to do the trade at the draft, make sure the Knicks draft Barrett, and you'll have Barrett and Zion growing in New Orleans, and you'll have AD and KD, and hopefully Kyrie, and maybe that's our big three. I personally prefer a big two. I don't think there's enough basketball for everybody.
Okay.
But personally, you could put like a Kevin Knox, a Ntilikina to fill up some cap room. A Lance Thomas, who he makes about $6 million with a $1 million buyout, so that might be interesting to New Orleans or whatever. So you could package something like that, get AD, get KD here, and maybe run with maybe sign a JJ Redick and a Danny Green, maybe Patrick Beverly, like kind of fill out the team like that. With AD and KD, and have a DSJ try to run this point. What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, you got money. It never ever hurts when I think about trying to fill out the roster with good players. When you have money. I think Stephen A. Smith said today the Knicks may not be something to this effect. Don't quote me. But are not like just straight up just cued in saying we got to get 2. That they could look at a combination of players that are going to fill out a team. So you know what? I think everything is on the table. You know what I mean?
Although not grabbing the big fish, you gotta at least grab one big fish.
You gotta get at least one.
And if they don't, it's a failure.
Yeah, you gotta get at least one, and if you're gonna get just one, it's gotta be either KD or Kawhi. If you're gonna get one and then fill out with other people, it's gotta be KD or Kawhi. Now, obviously, those guys, at least KD, is gonna want to play with. I think he's gonna want to play with another big guy.
And it seems like it's Kyrie right now, but just imagine if we could flip the script and maybe get Kawhi to come and fill out that roster and have I just think there's a lot of promise in DSJ. I mean, he can only get better. I mean, his shooting is what he's got to work on. If that's the case, everybody works on their shooting in the NBA and gets better. DSJ is a pass point guard as well, so he can, and he's athletic as heck. So, I mean, I don't know, Sam. I just think that somehow if we could try to squeeze, maybe get that combo, KD and Kawhi, that's unstoppable. I mean, you're talking about two of the top 3 players in the NBA at that point.
Yeah, if you get that, that's definitely. I mean, that's crazy right there.
Forget the lottery, but I'll tell you what. I like to my original point on Sam. I really believe that the number 3 pick is going to be RJ Barrett, and it seems like it's just a logical fit. I don't want to hear ESPN coming out with this later because we heard it here first. Nothing but Knicks. Lou from Stanford telling Sam right now that it just logically makes sense. I'll tell you that AD for the Barrett combination, I think they're going to want to wait till the Knicks make the pick before the trade is consummated. If they could seal Barrett, it makes the most sense. They could probably throw a Knox in there. They've been scouting him anyway. Ntilikina might be a nice backup to Jrue Holiday, and then let's see what happens. I mean, it just makes the most sense. And then I don't know if we need Kyrie at that point. I think we fill it out with Beverly. That would be interesting. Patrick Beverly, teammates with Kevin Durant. I mean, listen, we fill the roster out. J.J. Redick, we need a shooter here and there. Somebody like Danny Green, who, another two-way player, maybe on his last legs. But we're going to have to sign some veterans, and I think the lottery won't be that bad with KD and AD. And having DSJ run that point, I think that's it.
All right, man. You know what? Hey, it's going to be a lot of possibilities out there. And, it's going to be up to Scott Perry and Steve Mills to, find the combinations and all those things that's going to work for the Knicks and, to help us to get better for next season.
Yeah. Absolutely. So. And they've done a fantastic job, and I'm so glad that it's a minority management that's doing the whole thing from top to bottom. And it just gives a lot of hope and maybe hope to the players.
Right. I feel you, man. I feel you. Hey, Lou, you said it's Lou, right?
Lou, Stanford, Connecticut. I've been a long time listener. I've just been trying to dial in. I've been letting everybody rock. I do appreciate all the people in the video chat. I love your show, Sam.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for calling in.
All right, no doubt, man. I'll be calling back.
All right, definitely. All right.
All right, my dude.
Later.
All right, later.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, man. Maybe like Jamila said, maybe the gods knew. Hey, y'all gonna mess up the first pick, so we're gonna give you the third pick. You're gonna do the right thing, and Lou might be right. Maybe RJ Barrett is the right guy, is the right fit. I think the Entertainah, said something like that earlier. The number 3 pick. The New York Knicks got the number 3 pick in this year's NBA draft. The number 3 pick in the NBA draft. Let's see if these guys in the video chat. If they're ready to talk now. I know they were having a conversation. Let me see. White chocolate, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's good with you, man? I can hear you loud and clear, my man. What's up with you?
Hey, man. I'm going through the motions, Shout out to the chat.
Okay.
I've been reading, and while I've been waiting to get on, and I don't know what to feel, man. Should I be happy for RJ Barrett? Should I be sad because we lost out on Zion? Is the league rigged? I don't know, man. Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Ah, boy, it's crazy.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because somebody just put this in the YouTube chat. Jay Alvarez, he says, Kyrie, RJ, Knox, KD, DeAndre Jordan. Are you not feeling that? How you feel about that?
I would feel that if it was possible. You know,
why is that not? You don't think that's possible?
No, I don't think so. I think if here's how I think it's gonna go down. If the Warriors don't win the ring this year, if they get stumped by whoever comes out the East, I think KD is gonna go back. And if KD goes back, then we don't have no shot of getting a top tier free agent at all. Kawhi looks like he's either going to stay in Toronto or go to the Clippers. I think Kyrie's going to make a run for it and go to the Lakers. And people are not realizing the Lakers have one pick below us, and they have far better options to trade to the Pelicans for AD.
But that one pick below us means something, because there is a separation in talent between those top three picks and then top three picks, I believe.
Right. But at the same time, there's a difference between what the Lakers can offer and what we can offer. You know, even if we were to offer for AD, what David Griffin said is he wants a high pick, he wants picks, he wants a starter, and he wants a high value. He wants a young guy, and he wants a high value role player. Now, when I look at our roster compared to the Lakers roster, the Lakers can offer that. They can offer either Lonzo, they could offer Ingram, they could offer Kuzma, and they can package those players. Rather than us, we only have Mitchell Robinson and Kevin Knox, I think, who would be in that conversation. But I don't even know if they would go for that.
Yeah.
But okay. I mean, I was on Twitter and I saw some people say, "Hey, man, Michael Jordan got drafted with the third pick." And
the third pick, he did.
People, Michael Jordan's not Zion,
Oh, Michael Jordan's not Zion. All right.
I mean, I definitely wanted him, but I thought the stars had aligned and it was time for Broadway to make its thing, Knicks to be back. But I guess the Dolan curse is real,
Well, we'll see. Let's see what happens with that third pick, man. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let me get to a phone call real quick, all right? Tony Crow, what's good? What's good, my brother?
Yo, Black is time. Shout out to the chat. What's good, Sim?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling? We got that third pick, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good.
Okay.
It was a momentary disappointment.
Uh-huh.
But I like RJ Barrett. I remember early in the year me saying he's actually a better all-around player than Zion. But I mean I like RJ. I think he could still grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like get taller. He kind of reminds me of Ben Simmons a little bit with a jump shot.
Okay.
So that's a good sign. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the future. I just seen a clip of Stephen A. saying that the Knicks are not gonna sign any second-tier free agent. So if it's not Kawhi or KD with Kyrie,
say that again. Say that again. The Knicks are not gonna what?
Not gonna sign any second-tier free agent. So basically, if it's not KD, which they believe it will be, then they're gonna wait and hold out for Anthony Davis the following year.
Right. Okay.
So I mean that's basically what I think most of us were praying for. Just don't, if we strike out, don't don't spend that money on the wrong person.
Yeah.
And wait it out.
Do you
Keep
think
building with the youth?
Do you think that they will? Do you think that they'll trade for Anthony Davis?
I only think that would happen is if the Pelicans come to New York. I don't think New York is gonna be aggressive in
pursuing it,
trying to trade for him. It's gonna have to be a situation where maybe they team up the Duke players together. Anthony Davis is adamant still about not wanting to be there, and the Knicks being on his.
Well, I think that. I think Anthony Davis has, from what I understand, this is just hearing from other people, that he's already said he still wants out.
Recently, since they signed the coach,
and since I mean tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the Knicks are on the list, then I can see it being a possibility. I don't know if our package would be the best package.
Yeah.
Especially if we're trying to hold on to Mitchell Robinson as well, like, and that I guess I would be hoping that. I'm really opposed to doing that whole give up the farm thing. Like we did that before.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that one.
It's almost identical. If you really want to come here, just like Melo really wanted to come here, then sign with us in the offseason. There's no potential lockout, so there's no reason to.
But I guess the thing with Anthony Davis, he would have to spend a whole nother year. I guess he doesn't have to. He can get traded someplace else and then come to New York.
He will get traded. That's the thing. He will get traded. It's just a matter of where.
Right.
So and that's what I'm saying. So we're going to be competing with other packages. So like how far? The question: how much are we willing to give up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. Hey, Tony, stay on the line. I want to get to my man Eddie, who's in the video chat. All right.
No doubt.
Yeah, because we're boiling it down to the end. I've been on since about 8. You know what I mean?
I've been watching you off and on at work and on the ride home.
Yeah.
And then I had to get comfortable real quick. I seen you was still on.
Yeah, I'm starting to run out of energy, man. It's chilly on the stove. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting hungry. I'm starting to run out of energy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to get something to eat. My man Eddie, what's going on, Eddie?
What's up, Sam? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I've always liked Barrett. So if he does fall to us, because I'm not sure Memphis might not take him either. Fine with
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it could be Barrett or Ja Morant, or they could end up trade. I mean, there's so many things that the Knicks can do.
I don't think they're gonna trade him. I don't think they'll trade the pick. I've always told you that I like the pairing of. I hate bringing up his name today because nobody has, but I like the pairing of Ntilikina and Barrett in the backcourt. I think that'll be a good backcourt for a lot of years to come. You've talked about maybe them trading Ntilikina, but I'm still in favor of him staying with the Knicks.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm in favor. I am fully in favor of Frank Ntilikina staying with the Knicks. I just hope that management is in favor of it as well. You know what I'm saying?
I know they've been playing around with him a little bit, but I've said it before, man. I think his spot is exactly what after Barrett is exactly what he needs. You know what I'm saying? Be able to guard the one, play off the ball, give Barrett the ball, and I think a lot of people. I've noticed it, but I think Barrett had to. Sometimes when you play with certain players, you have to change your game a little bit, and it doesn't look as good as it can be. And I think he really had to change his game while he was playing with Zion. And even though he did, he still put up great numbers. You know, maybe he felt like he was being overshadowed because, like, in his body language, you could kind of like see it when they're both put together, but they're always talking about Zion. And he has that like chip on his shoulder where he's like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm the best dude. Like, if you ask Coach K, the leader of that team was Barrett.
Right. He was the leader of the team. He was the leader of the team. Eddie, I think.
And I really.
Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You froze up for a second, but yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think that we will see like a change in his game if he gets to the NBA, and it'll be for the better.
Yeah, and you know, he is the kind of guy that's like an alpha dog type of guy too, you know, and
exactly. That's a great point. He's an alpha. He has that look in his eye. He has that Kobe look, that BIG look, you know, that low look in his eye, man. I don't know. It's just something about him where I'm like, man, you know, Tony Kroos said this as well. He might still be growing, so he might be able to get to 6'8", maybe even 6'9", hopefully.
Okay.
You know, we're looking at him. He looks taller than Zion. So you know,
Zion
in a
is
prime
like
position to get a great player.
Yeah, Zion is like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, he's a little small, man. I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to have gotten the first pick to take Zion, but when they're doing interviews, Barrett just looks like a smidge taller than him. You know what I'm saying? And in today's NBA, man, you need the length.
Yeah. And you know, and it's a concern from a lot of people that Zion is, you know, he may really become, because he really is kind of a power inside player, may become really small in the NBA. You know, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for whoever drops. I hope they don't trade the pick. I hope we don't do anything stupid. It looks like we're really building something with Knox and Mitch and any who we pick in the third. With the third pick, the only one that I'm really iffy on is Dennis Smith. It's just because of his shooting. You know what I mean? Like he's the type of player that needs to dribble into his shot, and the NBA is really not like that anymore. Unless you're doing it like CJ McCollum is doing it in the playoffs. You know, you're dribbling into your shot, but it's to get a mid-range shot, you know, over certain type players. And he doesn't look like he's that type of player to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I told you before, I traded that guy for 2 second-round picks. But, yeah, man, I'm happy. I'm happy with what happened. Okay. We didn't slide out of the top 3, and we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Yeah. You know what? It's getting late, man. I'm about to head for the night, but so I know, you know, you just got on and you didn't really get a chance to speak much, but you want to give me some last words for the night? I'm about to go around and, you know, kind of get last words from everybody. I tried to get Andy and Who's Mark earlier, but they was in the conversation, man. But you want to give me your last words, man?
My last words are just to be patient. You know, just to be patient. I have a lot of faith in Perry. I think he's a smart guy. He's been doing smart moves. Every move that he's done has been on point. And you know, just let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? Don't get too excited. Don't get too down, and just ride it out.
All right, man. And I'm probably gonna be on tomorrow night, you know, for about an hour or so, just kind of, you know,
cool.
looking at options. So yeah. Look for you know, look for a notification, man.
All
right. Appreciate it, Eddie.
Peace.
All right, let me get to my man Ernesto. It's been a lot of phone calls, so it's been hard for me to get back around to the video chat and get everybody in. But I'm about to sign off for the night, man. I am going to be on tomorrow night for about an hour, though. Any last words for the night?
My last words is that when it was all said and done, we didn't do too bad. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Again, Cleveland, Phoenix, and Chicago. Those three teams, they've moved down 3 spots. Okay, we just moved down 2 spots.
Yeah.
And the key for me was Dallas not moving up because I wanted to get their pick ASAP. I didn't want to wait like 3-4 years down the line.
Right.
Which doesn't mean those picks then they don't have any value right now. But as is, I mean, we're gonna get Dallas first pick next year, so that adds a lot of value. So, the way I see this going down is, if we would have gotten the number 1 pick, we would have kept Zion. I think Mills and Perry, they would have kept Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not getting that first pick, everything's on the table now.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I expect it. I expect an AD trade to go down, but I don't expect them to include Mitch because I think they're in love with Mitch, just like we are. And I think we'll probably offer, even if the 2 picks that we got from Dallas, if we have to ship those over to the Pelicans, plus our 3rd pick this year, plus a couple of guys from the roster like Kevin Knox and DSJ. I think that's enough to get it done, and I see that something like that going down.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But the key word is options. We got a bunch of options.
Got a bunch of them.
So
that's it. All right, man.
It's gonna be a summer full of drama, and we'll be there for all of it. So
we'll be right here for all of it. Be right there, definitely. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully, I see you tomorrow night.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to the chat. Everybody have a good night.
Appreciate you. All right, White Chocolate, man. You want to give us, quick, last words?
Yeah. I agree a lot with what a lot of people in the chat are saying. We need patience. We got to trust the front office. I think, though, us getting the 3rd pick makes the trade with Dallas look just a bit worse than what it could have been. If we would have gotten the 1st pick, it would have been a grand slam trade because we got rid of that cap space. Mm-hmm. But now we just hope that hopefully next year the Mavs give KP a max contract and then he blows out his other knee, right? So we can,
nah, I don't wish that on him, man. I don't wish that on him.
I mean, yeah, I don't wish it either, but I mean, hey, man, are we always gonna have this bad luck all the time? Let other people have some.
Let's see what happens. Hey, you know what? Listen.
And he's a traitor. That's why he got popped in Latvia. They pulled up on him. They were like, "Why'd you leave the Knicks, bro? Like, we was voting for you."
Yeah.
That's why he got popped on.
Well, listen. When we drafted KP, we fell to the 4th pick, right? And so that worked out for us. Let's see what happens.
That's true. That's true. But Phil drafted KP, so Phil's not here anymore. So.
Well, I mean, Scott Perry has proven that he's got some skills. He's got some skills too.
Yeah, I still would have preferred Michael Porter Jr. over Kevin Knox, but we'll see how that plays off. We'll see how that plays. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, man.
I'll probably call in tomorrow. Yeah, man.
All right.
Hey, Nick,
appreciate it.
We all going through this together. All right. Nobody
That's right.
jump ship. Even if Brooklyn ends up getting the better. The better haul in free agency, we still gonna rep our city.
Yeah, we'll be good. That's right. Yeah. I appreciate it, my man.
What happens, man.
All right, I appreciate it, my man.
All right. Take it easy.
All right, peace. All right, Mark.
Yo.
What's up, man? I was trying to get at you and Andy earlier, but you guys was having a discussion, man. Take us out of here with some last words. I'm trying to go eat some chili.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Next time Jamila come on the line, make sure I can get in a conversation with her. I just want to, talk to her a little bit. But other than that,
next time, who gets on the line? Oh,
Jamila.
All right.
Yeah, next time she calls in, I just want to talk to her. But anyway, listen, man. For what happened today, we did good. Just made the situation a little more. Let's get the deal done with AD if we could. It's a whole bunch of other complications. I'm still mad that Lakers got so close because they could have ended up getting number 1. That kind of still rubs me. It just leaves dirt stains. That should never happen tonight. I'm not even mad at the Knicks pick.
It's a lot of people feel the same exact way you feel,
It's that
man.
Lakers pick, man.
A lot of
get
people
the
feel the
Pelicans.
same
They can
way.
have Zion because, like I told y'all, I don't know if he's gonna be the super duper star that people think he's gonna be. I think he's going to be a great player of someone like Draymond Green when he gets more into the league, where his skills he's going to do multiple things in the league. But to be the main guy scoring for you, no.
All right, well,
So
we'll see.
Anyway,
All right,
if we get AD, he's 26 years old. And in the next 4 years, if we don't want him, we can still trade him at 30. He'll still be in his prime. Don't worry, guys. We're going to retool regardless of the situation. We can retool.
That's right. We're going to do it.
So either way, we won this draft as much as we wanted number one. But then again, no, we still won.
Okay. All right, Mark, I'm going to let you go, man, because I'm trying to get some grub.
Andy,
man.
I'll see you later.
All right. Peace. Andy, any last words, man?
Yeah. Well, I was the first here. I'm the last now.
Yeah,
so
man. I figure I give you the. You was here. Listen, Andy's been on for like 3 hours, folks. Really, he's been on 3 hours. Shout out to him, man.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to, for the last words, I have to echo all the guys from the appearing chat. Ernesto had points, Mark had points, White Chocolate, everybody. Well, we know more than we knew yesterday, because we know the pick. We got only a few scenarios, going into July. So it's the work is cut off for the guys. We shall see which road they're gonna pick and what they can do.
Yeah. We'll see. And you know what? Listen, Andy. One of these days, I'm gonna put in the description, I'm going to put my email address, right? So you can email me. So we could talk about doing, a show that's for Knicks fans that, like in Europe.
You just need to do it like, I don't know, like midday, like 12, 1 p.m. to something like that. So it's going to be like a 6-hour difference here.
Yeah.
So, and best would be the weekend or something like that. But I don't imagine you guys, doing it on a regular weekday. I'm kind of flexible, so I actually can do one midday. You know what I'm saying? So I might,
I'm cool with that. I might try to, do something like that, because I know there's a lot of Knicks fans that's, over the pond, man, that would like to, be able to enjoy it live too. So I'm gonna try to get one done. Maybe try to do it.
I'm always subscribed. I'm rewatching the shows. When we had the break here, now the 2 weeks almost, I was watching really old shows just to have fun and be in the loop.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't have to have a 2-week break like that anymore. Yeah, I was in a place where it didn't get any service, so I couldn't get on live because we didn't get any service. Yeah. But hey, I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem.
I appreciate it. All right, talk to you soon.
Yo, shout out. Bye.
Peace. All right, Tony. The last one left, man.
Another great show, man. I know you probably broke some records on this one.
Yeah, it did well. It did pretty good. And me and the Entertainah, he was streaming, I was streaming, but we were together. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was on that one too.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
I actually got the draft through you guys.
Oh, okay.
Or the picks through you guys.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, I had a little trouble from the beginning because for whatever reason it gave me my stream key was different than what it should have been. But so from the beginning, I thought I was streaming live from my channel and I wasn't, so we had to start over. But it worked out well. Yeah, it worked out well.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But enjoy your chili, man. My last words is basically we in a good position to keep building for the future. Like everybody's been saying, just be patient and let's enjoy this ride. This is gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Let's enjoy it. It's gonna be fun. And nothing but Knicks. We're gonna be right here for every single minute of it. So, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hit me up later if you're free or tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
Okay. All right, bet. Yeah.
We
no
talk
doubt.
about that front stoop.
All right, bet. No doubt. All right, peace. Folks, thank you guys for joining me tonight. And listen, the video guys in the YouTube chat, I know I didn't get the chance to, shout out a lot of people in there. A lot of people calling in. We had a busy show tonight. But I appreciate you guys for jumping on as usual. You know what I'm saying? We got the third pick, y'all. We got the third pick. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to be okay. We got the third pick. I trust in Scott Perry. We get RJ Barrett, then we're going to rock with RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett might turn out to be a star in the league. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Like Jamila said, you can never know who's going to turn out to be what. And a lot's going to depend on the way that we develop the players that come in anyway. So, let's be encouraged. I know, me too. I wanted that number one pick. You know what I'm saying? We got the third pick. We're going to rock with it. We're going to make something happen with it. Our front office has been solid so far, and I think that our front office is going to do the right things. They're very prudent. They've been able to make good, smart moves, and I think they'll continue to make good, smart moves, man. So, let's trust in those guys and see how this whole thing works out. Right here in Nothing But Knicks, we're going to be there every step of the way. Everything that happens, we're going to be there. We're going to make sure that you know. And if I can get any other type of information that maybe you don't know and give it to you, I'll be able to do that. You know what I mean? So we're going to be there rocking with it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because it's going to be a crazy off season. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Keep that notification there so you know when something's going down. You know what I mean? And, we can get on live and talk about it. You can check out a video or whatever it is. All right, so subscribe to the channel. Check out the Front Stoop. If you're a hip-hop fan, check out the Front Stoop. We'll be on Thursday night on the Front Stoop, and that's it's a dope show. A lot of people loving the show. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have a lot to talk about on the Front Stoop this Thursday. You know what I mean? So I'm about to put the link in the chat so you can go ahead and subscribe because we're gonna be on live Thursday. Just talking about hip hop stuff and music and society and all that good stuff. All right. There you go, right there. Go ahead and subscribe to it right now. All right. On the website, my man. Later on tonight, check the website. You'll be able to reserve tickets for NBK opening night. All right. You'll be able to put down payments down because opening night is going to be hot. It's going to be hot. Trust me, it's going to be hot. I just put a link in the video chat, in the YouTube chat. All right. It's going to be hot. So check out the Front Stoop. Go on the website. Check out the Front Stoop. Subscribe. I put the chat in there. I put the link in the chat. Go on the website. Later on tonight, all morning, you'll be able to reserve your tickets for NBK opening night. Put a down payment on it. All right. And I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rocking. All right. Third pick. It's cool. We good. Enjoy the rest of your week. Well, I'll be on live tomorrow night. You'll get the notification. I'll be on live. So we can, dig into a little bit of stuff. All right. You'll get the notification. We got the third pick, ladies and gentlemen. Hump day tomorrow. Enjoy it. Catch me tomorrow night. I'm out. Peace.